Okay. Num num num.
Pickles.
No.
Good way to open the stream. Oh, thank God, I do have the correct title up. Good.
Monster Hunter, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it was the wrong title for what you did earlier.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, so welcome back to another episode of Survivor the Tarnstead. We are going to start in our usual manner of introductions. First up, we have Blackheart as...
Carrick Mersk.
We have Kronos as...
Shaxon Rotskala.
Hadden as...
Torte.
Marcus as...
Corvus had a loss.
Semi as...
Trixie the Fae.
Gifton. Tobias as...
Cassiopeia is still shod.
And you have me, Yuli, as your friendly DM. Who would like to give a recap?
Time cops.
That's the time cops
There's
aren't
anyone
going to
here?
give the recap.
Oh.
Come on, Marcus,
Wait,
give the
I
whole
guess-
recap.
Time cap?
Oh, who's going to give a recap?
You do have the Leason of Inspirations, Corvus. Might be good for
I
you.
know.
I mean, if no one wants to do
No.
it,
I don't have names though. That's the problem.
why don't you
Well,
have
go
names?
for it anyways.
You need to write down names. You don't have your cool memory feat anymore.
I know.
It's going to destroy you. It will destroy you in time.
Okay.
What do you
So
want me to
we
do
started
it?
off the session with a group of Heian priestesses, acolytes, guards, and Hea herself arriving on scene to the recent arcane disintegration runes. Our local priestess, Cassiopeia, tried to interact with them as minimal as can, but Hea requested that she, another user of magic of a Trixie LaFay, should arrive to her temple the following day. The party had split up. Trixie LaFay ran, Gorvis ran, and eventually the priestess ran. Gorvis and the priestess Cassiopeia went to the same spot into the animal district market and were discussing the potentialities of getting out of this without doing anything. And lo and behold, there was a cat that was blackmailing us. A Tressum. Cass agreed to buy, or was told she had to buy said cat of 500 GP and put a down payment of like 30. The Tressum was being a cat. And eventually, Corvus did see some individuals skulking quite a distance away, and they had very similar apparel to the guards at the Sphinx Temple. Trixie LaFay ran off and ran right into a nice, hard stone wall of a drow armor smith right into her abs. There was a brief moment of confusion between the drow woman and Trixie LaFay. If Trixie was in danger, she didn't want to cause any problems. The drow woman was being very protective and trying to figure out what was going on and wanted to help out. Eventually, Trixie LaFay managed to convince the drow woman to let her go.
It's DeFay.
Let's see. That pretty much covers. Oh, we went to the Cassiopeia and Corvus went to the animal seller. Aquila? No, that's the Sphinx.
That's a Sphinx.
That's the Sphinx. Karana. And Corvus used this opportunity for them to split up so they could potentially lose their tails. Meanwhile, Torte learns a little bit about Sahal from a nice drow family and listens to their family stories, and Torday tells them a little about some stories of his own, but eventually gets the information that he should check out the Northern Gate for further information and further stories about this drow guard's past, where he fought and eventually decided he should retire. His family, though, consists of several blessed drow women in the forms of driders. They are silk weavers. I don't really have much about what Carrick and Jackson did. I think
We learned more and behaved.
You learn more about what your requirements
actually
were.
met the time cops.
And they met the time cops directly and were told that, okay, you guys, just don't screw up. And if you do try to find us and maybe we could help you. Meanwhile, Corvus and Cass are running for our lives, trying to escape the time cops, not knowing their true intentions. Eventually, the party gets back together at the tavern, and Corvus retires into a room full of pillows. Certain shipping ensues with much of the party, but it is dismissed. Come the next morning, the party splits up again. Torday spends some time at the inn and learns when he should be back to tell his stories, and heads off to the Northern Gate. Shaxson and Carrick go back to the Artificer. And the three misbehaving individuals, Corvus included, because Cassiopeia mistaken, or maybe just want to include Corvus on this little adventure, but Corvus had to come along. Even still, they had to go there to learn about the purple worm. We met with Hea. We asked for her forgiveness and to forget us. We also learned that a certain Morgani archangel had been banished, Zidriel, and that Hea was very upset about it and holding back her rage. We ended the session with Corvus and Trixie LaFay Gifton spending their time in the library and meeting another wanderer, learning about purple worms.
Okay.
That's what I got.
All right. Perhaps anyone else wants to fill in?
We went over the runes and found out that they were supposed to not affect sentience.
Oh,
yeah. I'm double checking in my notes.
Hea also was mad at Morgani, not about Sidriel being banished. She banished Sidriel.
It was just that mad at
because
Morgani.
She's mad at Morgani, and we ended up telling her that we were temple adventurers from the Sphinx.
Yes.
Because she wanted to know what we knew, and she's very agitated and in a very agitated state. And then Cassie went up top to go, I guess, do her training.
Learn about her Hea.
I know. And I think you went over to all day meeting with the Weavers and all that wonderful stuff that happened.
Yes, the family had driders.
Yeah, driders.
I said that.
Yeah. I thought you said that.
Okay.
So I was like, I said, yeah, you said that. And then I'm just thinking if there's any other little gaps. I mean, totally.
The only major gap, I think, was the Carrick and Shaxson.
Yeah, I mean, Carrick and Shaxson had a bit of time with Talal, and
there was the slight confusion of Krana suddenly being told that all this was for the priestess.
when it was finished
discussions.
for a pet. So
Yes.
yeah, there's a little mishap there, but yeah, and we did have a meeting before we had slept that one night where we kind of briefly talked about everything, and that's when the rune stuff came up.
Yep.
And I think we were all parted ways this morning because this is the day Torlday is supposed to be doing his stories.
Mhm.
And Torlday, I think, was still at the place, and Carrick and Shax were heading out to see Talal. And I know you said this. Corvus and Gifton are in the library with the turtle with the hard candy and with nuts in it that Gifton has turned her nose up at because it's baby trees and it's murder. And Cassie's up on her own doing training. And
Okay.
I think that's everything.
All right, that'll do.
Yeah, I think Corvus did everything there.
Corvus, you can have an inspiration. Blackie and Sammy, you can have a half inspiration.
Can we combine our inspirations together?
Yeah, but you have to decide who gets it.
Combined.
All right, Blackie, do you have room for an extra?
We both are full on regular.
Regular. All right, so if we put our two together,
Can he give it to Corvus?
can we give it to Cassie?
Oh, okay, yeah.
If you so please.
She might need it more.
Cassie, go ahead and take a standard
Agree.
inspiration.
I'm going to chew on the corner of it before I hand it over, though.
No.
Offering to the priestess.
That way
There
you
you
can tell
go.
which one it is. It's the one that's been chewed on.
If it's XP, we'll be mad.
All right, I gotta read this.
Make sure it's not a play immediately as such.
Oh, also for players in my game, just a reminder that, or a thing, I have made the ruling that if you get the play a card, draw a card one, when you play it, you just draw 2 standards.
Speaking of which, draw 2 cards from the inspiration deck. Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and draw 2 cards, Cass.
There.
Cool. Table. Right, any more play immediately?
No.
Nope.
Okay.
It would have been funny if I got more of the draw twos.
Well, you would have cap
You're
out, so yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, we left off in the library. You're both doing your reading in here.
Mm-hmm.
You came in here with a purpose. Is there anything else you'd like to look out for, though?
Like reading wise?
Mm-hmm. Oh, in general.
I'm kind of keeping my eyes open for anybody who looks foreign.
Okay.
Or
And
has
interesting.
abs.
Yeah, abs are good. And
Everybody has abs.
and I'm also kind of keeping attention on the little starfish friend I have, Treble.
Mhm.
And if anything strikes Treble's attention.
Treble just seems to be chilling on you. Treble's very passive most of the time, unless you're actually speaking with him or, seems to get a bit more excited outside. You see it flashing at creatures every now and then. But in here, he just seems to be relaxing on your shoulder.
Mm-hmm. I'm just more or less keeping an eye out for anybody that's around me and Corvus a bit, because I'm a little anxious.
Corvus, of course, is Corvus, so he's going to stick his nose into a book and forget everything else.
No books,
around him.
unfortunately. Just scrolls.
Yeah, these are scrolls.
Uh-huh.
But in this library, it's a big library, right?
Yes.
Has there ever been in his knowledge and his quest for knowledge, has there been tales of lost histories of Zaha?
Sort of. It's not something that's like heralded as the Great Library of Alexandria, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's known that there was information lost, but you are now beginning to suspect it's a lot of propaganda that's led to it, but it was not deemed important.
Mm-hmm.
The society couldn't have had that much advanced knowledge, so why would it be important?
Mm-hmm. But Gifton is kind of keeping an eye out for any kind of extra scrolls and stuff about other creatures because she's just genuinely curious.
Okay.
And she knows Corvus is kind of sitting there like copying everything so she can read this later.
Yeah.
So she's kind of looking for something she can consume right now.
Right, so you start wandering, looking the shelves a bit.
Yeah.
It's not quite like the usual library. It's not marked particularly well, and you sort of just have to pull scrolls off and check what they are.
this is actually fine because I have no experience with the regular library. Because usually when I go to the library, Lady Gentle hands me the book, and I don't go looking. So this is a novel experience for Gifted anyway. She's kind of enjoying it.
And as you're looking through one scroll in particular, which you suspect this section that the turtle started pulling things from is creatures in general, because a lot of these scrolls do seem to be themed after them. You're looking at one that is about one of the larger ones, the large towering ones people have referred to as builders as you've been going about. And it's just detailing health and care, some of their physiology, talking about the strength and the strange, almost... what's the word? Hey, bonus points to anybody that can describe the word to describe these grippy little hairs that spiders and such have.
Cilia?
Cilia, thank you. The cilia that they tend to have, that helps them maintain hold on things, even to very minute, gentle lifting.
Wow.
You're looking over this when the turtle that was helping you comes around the corner again, and they sort of do a long-necked head bob at you and just go, everything okay?
Oh, yes, everything is fine. I am just so curious about so many things. I just cannot sit on one subject. I am sorry.
No need to apologize.
There's so many beautiful creatures in the world, and I just want to know about all of them, you know?
And a passion for animals, have you?
A little bit. Some of them. Only some of them.
Only some?
Yes.
What?
Some of them scare me a little bit.
Oh. Let me guess. Scorpions?
What's a scorpion?
You've never seen a scorpion?
No, I don't think I have.
And they're gonna tilt their head a little bit, just looking at you curiously, and just go, very strange. Well, they have...
Sorry, but that's totally correct for Gifted. She doesn't know. I know the rest of the players are pissed at me right now. Really, come on.
Corbin's banana cat faces and goes back to copying.
I mean, to be fair, most of us haven't. We even saw one out in the desert.
We saw one, we didn't know what it was.
Identified the damn
And
thing.
she's gonna actually pull a scroll down from a higher shelf and just sort of roll it out and show you. And it is a sort of crudely drawn scorpion, along with some information on it.
Oh, that adorable little creature.
Mm,
Look at the little clippies, like crabs.
Yes, much like a crab, but some of them are harmless enough to us, but some of them you must be very careful.
Oh, oi. Do they pinch really hard?
No, the stinger on their tail are far more poisonous than others.
Oh, it's poison. Oh, yes. Little creatures tend to use that. It is a very good defense mechanism. The smaller the creature, sometimes it is more potent.
Yes. Although,
So
I
you're saying that
suppose
they
I
get
should
scared
say
and they stay lash out with their
venomous.
poisons?
Yes.
Oh, I
Corvus
would try
right.
not to scare one. I would not want to do that.
Corbus writes this down. He's venomous.
We are technically. We excrete poison.
Did your family never teach you to check for them?
No. I am from the coast. We are from along the water.
Less scorpions there, they ask almost questioningly.
I have never seen one.
Well, must keep an eye out here. Quite common. And they just replace the scroll up before sort of leaning over and looking at what you're looking at and goes, but you are interested in the goddess's favorite creatures.
They are so interesting.
Yes, like
I
the
love how
one
they
there. And
Yes.
they just gesture at your shoulder.
Yes, this is Treble. Treble, say hello.
And Treble flashes some colours, and the turtle actually makes a few strangely pitched noises at it in return. And then Treble makes some of its little cooing noises.
Oh, you must teach me how to do that. I do not know how to do that.
You would like to learn their communication.
That is actually what I was interested in. I was hoping there were scrolls or something on that. Because
the bottom shelf.
Oh, thank you. Because I've been seeing them all around town, and I got to see this lovely pair of builders that they were flirting together, and I could just feel that they were flirting, and it was so adorable, and I wanted to understand it more. And then Treble started talking to me, and I could not understand him, but he wanted to come with me, so I bring him with, and I was hoping I could learn more.
Oh, yeah. These are Naif's work on their color communication, and she pulls out a couple of scrolls and hands them off to you. And these here are quite interesting. And she then pulls out another scroll that looks like it's a somewhat different style of parchment than the rest of these. And instead of the corded braiding that a lot of these have holding them together, this seems to be wrapped with a ribbon. And this was the work of a visitor. Some 70 years ago now, I think.
If it was alright if I read this for a bit, I would appreciate that.
Of course. They came from Laril, and they were quite adept at identifying the more sound-based communication.
Laril?
Laril. It is to the east. The land. That of Lalasil. And then they smiled at you.
Gifton has frozen stiff.
We really have to hide you.
I need to get going. Look at my wrist. I got to go. Very nice to meet you.
No need to run.
Oh.
Yeah. And they pick up the scroll and they just push it into your hands.
Thank you.
Not a name that's
Baron.
heard now, is it?
No, it is not a name that is heard at all. Have you traveled there yourself?
No, I have not been there in... what do you call it? Time. But I was there.
You're just gonna tilt her head a little bit. You mean, as I call it, time?
Yes. The now and the then.
Have we met?
We have, but I don't know if you have.
I said hello to you, but I could not see you, right?
Yes.
Yes, and you made and she makes the smiley draw. But you were with the handsome boy, yes?
Handsome. You mean the one who gets the looks?
Yes, that one. You were with them, and you were trying to talk to another person who would make the whoosh, whoosh in the air, right?
Yes.
Yes, that. Oh, thank goodness it is you. I thought it was somebody else, and I was in all sorts of big trouble. Why are you here?
Because you are here. The multitude, the parts, your whole, the carrick, the corvus,
Yes, the other lass. Yes, and the Cassie and the all of us are here. Yes. Should I get him? I should I. Well, he is really deep in that scroll right now, but he would be really pissed at me if I don't probably get him. But
How is this thing even indexed?
Corvus,
I have to keep flipping back and forth between the same bloody pages.
There's no need.
He didn't really pick up on the fact I called him by his name anyway.
What?
But it is really nice of you to give me the scroll. It is good to see you. I've never got to talk to you before.
It is an opportunity I thought I would take.
We are trying to do what you want us to do at all, but it is hard to piece together what you're interested in.
Everything.
Me too. Pretty great, right?
But I must thank all of you. It's only because of the interaction and the gift of the Adderlass that I was able to be here. And now I am learning.
Oh, so you're here now. So you're not like just not here. You're not just learning from the other place.
A fragment here. And when it passes, it will return to me.
I am glad that we are helping you. And I thank you for the help that you have been giving us. It's gonna give a really kind of weird hug.
And they look down at you, and they just wrap an arm around you and pet you lightly. On the back.
The back. Pat, right?
It was good to come here. The one who made all of this. Her creations are a lot easier to interact with.
They are kind of amazing compared to everything else. There's nothing like it anywhere else.
Oh,
She's very special.
I'm not that entirely. I am known as Sarah here.
Sarah?
Yes.
But you are part that.
I have been part that for a long time, but sometimes I forget.
And then you are just Sarah.
Right? I am more Sarah than anything.
Can you type that name?
SARA.
I think there's an H in there. Like that. Yeah, I knew there's an H. There's always a secret H's in this name. Well,
and it's a Z instead of an S.
I am right now Trixie, but you know I am usually the gifted.
Yes.
And you are very cheeky. You're scaring me with the Lullasil stuff.
I apologize. The memory started to return as I was talking with you.
It is alright. It's just you scared the dickens out of me. There is a lot of people that could hurt me here.
Oh. I am sure that you will keep each other safe.
We will be alright. And we will eventually be back at our other time. I don't...
What don't you?
I don't suppose that you think that there is a ingredient that we have to bring back forward through time to where we need to be. And if we take it through the way we got here, it will unravel. But I don't know if it is safe to bring it through your place, because I don't know what that would do to it.
Time does not exist in my place in such a way as it does here. I would not think it would cope well.
Yes, I do not think it would be good. I was thinking about doing that, but yeah, I think I definitely tell people maybe we don't do that. Okay. Well, you go back to being Zara. I will tell Corvus, and he will get very mad.
Do not give us a hard time over it.
Give who?
Me, Sarah, and what I am.
I will not give you a hard time. It will be okay.
More him. And there's a slow smile that crosses their face.
Oh, yes, you probably hold a bit of a grudge.
No, I love him dearly, as I love all of myself.
Oh, that is very sweet.
Now, I will go back to work, and you can read these.
will.
Don't put this back on the shelf. Take it with you.
I will take it with me, and I will read it very much somewhere. All right? Thank you.
Yes.
It's a thermonuclear time bomb.
Houston is tucking that into her her quiver, because that's my extra dimensional space. Is remember I have my bag of holding as my quiver, so everything goes in there. So tucking that one away and going back over to sit down by Corvus, and Corvus Gifted just suddenly just slams down in the chair next to you and just like leans over one arm propping up her head and just smiles.
Yes, Gifton. Trixie.
You did not hear me calling your name.
Sorry, no, I didn't.
The dreamer was just here and we had a conversation.
What?
That's the sound of Corvus getting out of his chair. I will tell you about it when we are someplace more secure. We are not in a good place. Corvus, calm down. I will tell you more about this. If you had only listened to me when I called your name.
Why do I imagine this vein on his forehead just bulging?
But I will tell you about it later. But I have very many scrolls. Could you copy these for me as well?
Yeah, I'm almost done with this one. It's interesting is that the purple worms in this time
have eyeballs, and they're completely adorable and fluffy. Did you read that part here? Look, the nest actually has multiple purposes. You see that they actually put all the gems around the nest.
They have no predators.
No, but they have all these. No, they have all these gems though around the nest, right? And they do that to protect the babies. But that is very different because it's more or less to attract the mate. And then when the mate is there, they know that if there's lots of quartz crystals on there, that the babies can nourish on that when they come out.
They have. That's why they're also
to make a very beautiful display.
You know what we saw in where we first saw these. Remember how they?
Oh yes, they are very very vicious.
They're
completely
a lot
adorable.
has changed in 10,000 years.
Yes, they're completely adorable.
And it's surprising how fast they did change.
But yes,
because
could you copy all of these
everything
for me as well?
All right, here. It's gonna all have to be in my book, so just ignore like the first 3/4 of this book.
But I have this. Let me flip through this book.
No,
what?
You don't want to flip through this book.
Why not?
Here.
What's on there? What's on that page? Is that a brownie?
Out of character, I'm just gonna ask. Weren't we given like stuff? Didn't they give us stuff to copy at?
Yes. Yeah.
As opposed to pulling something out of the time.
One moment, I probably need to do a smart thing because everyone will be mad at me later if I don't do this. I'm going to take out my sending stone to Carrick, and then I am going to whisper very softly into it.
Are you going?
Yes.
You're going to tell him that it's here.
But would I not? This is kind of relevant information, and you and he are the two people that the creature usually goes to see.
I understand that, but...
So it would be very relevant to let him know in case he needs to keep an eye out. Okay?
All right.
I mean, do you want me to keep this a secret?
I don't know if this is the right time to be telling things, but things are all screwed up as it is, so go ahead.
Oh. You're right. Maybe I should wait till we are not in the building. Maybe I should go to the Temple of the Sphinx and go do the gem thing while you do this.
You could, unless you. I mean, there's a lot of other books here or scrolls.
I mean, I could, but I was just thinking that we should probably get this gem changed out someplace safe, and that's probably the best option.
Yes.
But,
If you're okay with doing that by yourself.
do you not trust me to do it, Corvus?
No, I completely
You
trust you.
don't? You said no.
Listen to the whole sentence. I completely trust you. It is if you are concerned about your safety.
Well,
Given the situation that we have found ourselves in with your other friends.
I am just worried about drawing attention to you. As you are my friend, and I do not want anything bad to happen.
I'm just a Duragar.
Oh, well.
You are.
I think you're much more than that.
What? He leans in because I'm not going to do another trust him. There are angels that know who and what you are, Gifton.
No, they know. They think they know. But I think that you're, and I'm going to tap your nose, I don't think your peepers are working.
What?
Look around. Do you not see anything amiss? What happens whenever the freaking dreamer is nearby? You always see darkness. You always are the first one who notices these things.
I thought maybe
you didn't see the angel earlier.
I thought maybe that I didn't see any of those oddities because they weren't actually here, and I thought maybe it's something that has come to fruition in our current situations.
I am just worried that we are taking too much for granted because we think we know what's going on, and we don't. So I worry about you. Or my friend.
What angels? I haven't seen any angels, but there have been angels.
Yes.
Close.
I think so. At least one that saw us when we were doing the thing at the tower. Also, you did not seem to react when we saw that group of angels out front of the temple last night.
Corvus,
Usually,
thinking back on it,
back and go.
you did not
right.
perceive the greater whole.
The greater whole?
You did not perceive their immense forms.
Oh, they're immense forms, right.
You usually freak out a bit when we run into them, and you made no moves from last night, and I don't think that you have adjusted. Usually you would have been screaming about the light that was cannoning from the sky from something like
Corvus goes
one,
quiet.
let alone a bunch.
And he starts writing in the book.
Yeah.
Go and exchange the gem, Trixie. I'll finish up here. Meet you back at the end.
Okay. Goodbye. Ulgar, sorry. And
Yeah.
I'll pat you on the shoulder.
You can roll an insight check if you want.
Alright.
Basically, above a 10.
Ah. I don't know if I can roll below a 10. We'll see.
I was gonna say, if you're saying a 10, you can probably just assume for bonuses any higher than that she.
I rolled on that one.
Okay.
That ones don't
fine.
matter, so 18.
No,
Yeah.
someone. You think he's probably going to break down very quickly, very soon.
I'm going to go to the other side of you and sit back down and just put a hand on your back. How about I stay here? I have some scrolls. I can read some of these scrolls to save you time so you don't have to write so much. It's going to be okay. We watch out for each other. It's okay, Olgar. And I'll pat your back. And I will console my friend who's going through some shit.
Yeah, he has stopped writing and his face is in his
Realized
hands.
Hey, that you guys are not helping nearly as much as you hoped.
Yep, I'm gonna pull
At this point in
close to
time.
me and just this as hug him and shush shush shush. And I'm just gonna just like wave anybody off if they come by.
Well, thankfully, there's very few people in here. It's as if the entire temple is a little busy with other things right now. Okay, shifting scenes. We are,
Other
Corvus?
things.
Sorry, Corvus.
No, it's fair. I mean, he's built himself around that, and he just told him it doesn't work.
why not though?
Yeah.
Okay, we are going to go over to Carrick and freaking Shaxton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, so seeing Talal. Right. Wait, no. Wait, where was you guys? Didn't you guys wander back off?
No.
No, we went doctors and then we I believe we were going back to learn more freaks. We got on the food.
That's
and then,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, we had just dealt with the
Yeah, we got
time
on for the
cops.
food
Yeah.
and then
Yep, you had in and you joined in for his.
no, it's yeah, we joined for the meal and then we did leave because he said that he was done for the day. There's as much we could do that day, so he asked if we wouldn't mind, so we'd
Oh, that's
excuse
right.
ourselves.
That's
Yeah.
right, because we never did. We basically after that it was focused on everybody else because they were actually doing stuff and we didn't. We
Yeah.
were going back
Mhm.
because
So we
it's,
went and gave him the food, and yeah, we were going back to either rejoin with the rest of the group or figure something else out just for that.
I thought we had already joined up.
Yeah, no, you guys already joined up and then had your bedtime, didn't you?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
we.
And it's a
because
new
we saw
morning.
the-
Oh yeah, we're next
You
day.
had
Yeah.
left.
And you
Yeah.
guys are heading back to see him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, we were heading back because it just
just next
everything
morning.
else was going on that was
Mhm.
very important compared to us wandering over there.
Okay. Alright, yep, so you're heading over to Talal's. And you arrive there. You head into the pit and you go up and knock on his door. And you hear some shuffling from the other side before Talal opens it up, looking a little stressed out. Like, my friends, it's good to see you.
Is everything okay?
I don't think I am going to be able to teach you today.
Is there something we could help with?
Do either of you know your medicines very well?
Yes.
Not so well.
Well, I am having to make up quite a batch of treatment right now. There's a little outbreak in one of the outer villages, and well, priority. You understand?
I picked up a little bit from our doctor, but you may know more on this than I do, Shax.
Between the two of us, we can give you assistance.
But if you wouldn't mind helping prepare me some ingredients before I have to head out with it.
Yes.
Okay, he'll beckon you in and take you down to his workroom where it looks like he's got a couple of large mixing barrels out. Very simple barrels, and he's just doesn't seem to be boiling anything right now, just simply mixing a whole slew of ingredients into this liquid. And he sort of waves at one of the nearby tables and goes, roots there, do you know how to prepare them?
Yes. Jax will nod his head because I'm fairly certain this is one of the various things he's learned.
Okay, you look on over and you don't recognize the root. But he goes, marvelous. Okay, make sure that you remove the toxic part and
Oh. Do you know how to cut the
Prepare the
puffer
rest.
Can I
fish?
make a nature check?
go ahead.
Fugu.
Regular disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Okay.
I am.
You have no idea what that is, Carrick.
I rolled that one, but I still got a 13.
Check it out quickly.
I do not recognize those roots, unfortunately.
I am going to burn this to give myself advantage on the roll, so
Okay, so normal.
that would cancel that just normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Again,
nature.
above 30s.
21, and I will add 6 to it.
Add 6 to it. You do not recognize these.
Damn. So actually, I will admit, actually, I thought it was a different route. I do not recognize this one.
Well, it's quite simple. Here, you see, this is this bulbous pad. You want to cut the rest off, leave just this bulbous part, then you split it open, and you take this dark center and you remove it. And he'll actually demonstrate with a knife, opening it up, and basically just scoops out with the knife. Seems to come out quite easily. This dark, almost fibrous center of it. You follow the side, put it in that bin there. Try not to touch your eyes, your mouth, any opening after you have handled it. Make sure you wash your hands thoroughly.
You just rubbed your hands together.
Okay.
Actual, not you, of course.
Okay.
And he will actually go over, pull out a knife, and start getting to work.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
You're both gonna go at this?
Yes.
Yeah. Jax will absentmindedly, as he's doing it, have actually at one point, to speed himself up, have pulled out the homunculus and basically sat it down and have it removing the piece as he's opening.
Okay. Your little spidery one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He seems to take pause for a second, staring at it, before shaking his head and getting himself back to work in a hurry. He seems to be doing a whole lot more complex stuff, but he is coming over and constantly grabbing finished fruit from you. Seems like he needs a lot of it. All right. Would the both of you please go ahead and give me? Neither of you have. Do either of you have herbalism trained?
I do not.
I can.
You can.
You need to spend an hour doing it, don't you?
No, I can literally just flick the all-purpose tool into whatever tool I want.
Oh, okay.
Okay. If you can do that, then feel free to do so. Otherwise, I would just like straight intelligence check from Carrick and intelligence herbalism from you, Jackson.
Actually, herbalism is apparently one of the few kits I can. I thought I had that covered. Nope. Okay, so I'm just gonna have to do straight intelligence.
Okay.
I mistake on that one.
Check something out.
Son of a bitch. I'm adding 6. That's at least making it 15, so I'm not totally failing.
If you do a 15, Carrick, you pass. Jackson, if you boost it up, you will also pass.
I would say if I fail it, I could re-roll with a sorcery point.
Yeah. You might be taking a little more of the flesh than is necessary from this, but you're playing it safer than sorry. And he seems satisfied with what he's getting from you. You spend a good half hour doing this, and before long he is sealing the lid of this barrel and going, right, okay, I must get this off to the guards. I'm sorry, I will not. I am going to be busy. Perhaps you want to go explore the city or something in the meantime.
Sure. I wish you the best of luck, my friend.
Yes.
I should be back by the evening.
How big of a barrel is it?
Is it technically evening because we're nighttime right now?
Yes. Better wording.
Back by morning.
Yes, back by morning. As the sun should be rising, perhaps it'd be best if I see you tomorrow night.
Absolutely. Is the barrel big enough that he might need assistance moving it?
He seems to be struggling a bit, especially considering he's taking it over to some roping in the hatchway here.
Here, let me assist.
Does he have only the one barrel or multiple?
He has moved everything into one barreled liquid. The rest just seem to have ingredients that he was using.
Let me assist you with that. I'm gonna help him.
Fair, thank you. If you will not mind helping get it over to the gates with me.
Absolutely. 23 strength.
Yeah, go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay. One thing I'm not proficient at.
Yeah, good enough.
Still got a 20.
Yeah, you help heft it up and you take the brunt of the weight. You still feel like it'd be tricky just doing this without any stabilization, but thankfully you've got someone there to help. And you are able to assist him getting it up through the hatchway, and soon enough you're carrying it outside.
as we're heading up. I'll meet you back here, and we can go check out the city as I help him move it all up to, and that's
Okay,
the
so
shacks.
come with you there, and then we can go from there.
That works.
Once you're outside, he basically has you put it into a little hand cart. 2 wheels, basically wheelbarrow, pull along, and start heading off to the gate. Are you going to help him pull, Carrick?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
I'll push as well, just try and help him get along without too much trouble.
you get there speedily enough. When you arrive at the gates, you see there is a couple of the Strange Scorpion Guard, along with a wagon, much like this one, very simple, and what looks like to be a couple of young acolytes from the temple, female drow. And they hurriedly get the barrel loaded up, and he basically gets up into the wagon with them, and goes, "Right, I will see you on the morrow, my friends."
Yes. Best of luck.
I apologize again, and yes, it
Nothing
just
to apologize for.
Yes. Help those who need help.
of course. Right, off we go then, and with that, the guards start moving off with him, and you see Thrall heading along this. It's not exactly a road; it's basically more well-traveled dirt. But he travels off. You're left standing there at the gate.
Well, shall we take some time to look around and see what we can find around?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Anywhere in particular you two would like to go?
I guess we're
Honest-
exploring the market.
Yes, and Carrick, if you see, because of he's like Gifted, got a little menagerie himself. He will be probably at some point distracted by animals at some point during the market at that way. But
if you guys head off to the market, you take your trip across town, and soon enough you arrive there. There's a nice hustle and bustle. There's not a whole lot that would normally catch your eye, Shaxon. There isn't a whole lot in the way of tinkership or so on, although you do see some rather cute wooden magical constructs, very basic as far as you're concerned magically, but they do function. There also seems to be some really complicated wooden puzzles, as in cubes that shift about and so on.
have we met Rubik?
Yes, you've met Rubik's.
I should be Rubik, actually.
Yes. Carrot Cow, there is a whole array of creatures. You see these strange tan-furred, large-eared, bushy-tailed things that screech horrendously. There also seems to be what look like baby four-legged gnolls.
I'm just out of character, making sure we are talking hyenas.
We are talking hyenas, yes.
They actually have.
Carrick is going to start adopting baby gnolls right off the street. They're my sons.
This is mine now.
It still wouldn't be the weirdest thing in Beacon if it happened.
And you actually do see a full-grown one as well. Just seems to be rolling about in a mud puddle near what you assume is its owner. It flops about rather goofily, legs wiggling in the air. And
Cackling mad.
the teeth on it are a little intimidating.
Out of character, my brain's now imagining how a greyhound acts.
Yeah.
On a hyena. And I don't know how you take hyenas seriously anymore.
I mean, they're weird dog things are actually cat related that laugh like
yeah, they cackle like me.
I was gonna say I don't know how seriously I can take them to begin with.
Kirk's going to not question what these are,
Mhm.
but kind of, watch how they act, how they react around people and stuff like this. And because,
Go ahead and give me. We're going to use animal handling for this, as I feel it's appropriate. Go ahead and give me an animal handling roll.
Okay.
I mean, Carrick is adventuring and he doesn't have a puppy right now.
There is a moment, Carrick, where you think those strange, large-eared little things are in distress whenever someone goes over to give them attention. But you start to suspect, hang on, no, that's happy noises. As far as away as it seems from it, they seem to be quite affectionate, very runny, seem to be excitable, zoom about.
Do I remember seeing these when we were in Modern?
You did not see any in the market, no. The strange gnoll-like things, they seem to act more like they act vaguely doggish, but not quite. It's
and I know I didn't see any of those.
No,
I'm guessing. How do they seem to act around people?
They seem to act fine with people. They're not the most interactive, although a couple that you see will lean in for petting and so on. But they're not quite as affectionate as dogs and such to be in your day and age.
They're a little large.
Mm-hmm.
The short, screechy things might make good alarms.
There are camels and young camels. There are a whole variety of birds. You do see some places offering up what looks like to be little Heian creatures, various tentacle things. And a whole array of eggs for sale, of various shapes and sizes.
Some fennec eggs.
Fennec eggs.
Actually, I have seen purple worm eggs. At least the ones that we know of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna walk around. Would it be a nature check to see, like, if I recognize? Like, I don't. Obviously, there might be differences, so it could be an autofill. Anyways, but would it be nature to identify that?
Yes. I'm going to give you nature at disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, I should ask, would you go into tents to check stuff out?
If it's obvious that they're selling animals,
Yes.
And
they are open stalled and such. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. As I'm going through, I'm not looking like I'm. What's the word? I'm window shopping is what it would look
you're
like.
literally a jeweler. You could totally get away with shopping for full worm egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but now I'm just finding what's around because right now he's worried about bringing stuff that don't exist anymore and possibly messing up things. So he's not sure for stuff he can't see.
Listen, everyone knows that you can't mess up by bringing things to the present because there's no way you can mess up the future. Never mind the fact that the future is the present to the past. It's just, yeah. But yes,
leaving things in the past is bad. Bringing things forward is fine.
You wander into one of these tents, and you immediately see what they seem a bit different, but they've got the same general size, coloration. There's slight differences in texture, but they look like purple worm eggs as far as you're concerned.
Okay.
In the tent as well, you can see a large lizard folk currently tending to what look like to be these eggs submerged in water. She seems to just be sort of rotating them about, making sure they're tucked into these rocks and such in the water. Well,
can I even make a check to try to figure out what those are? Or is that just out completely?
That's out completely.
Okay. Is there anything that I might recognize?
Was that nature roll? Yes, I think you would. Over there, those look like the eggs of something you know as a bullet.
They're perfect for putting in the gun.
Yeah. The common land shark, as they're known for.
The common land shark, as you can see here.
Those are 10 times more cuddly, though.
Yeah.
I hope they are, because they're freaking frightening.
Yeah, bullets are not fun.
No, I've fought enough of them over my years of D&D.
You see a egg that you believe belongs to something called an ambush drake.
Oh.
My brain,
Ambush.
Ambush.
Oh,
okay.
Drake.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Along with eggs that you know to be of a creature called a guard drake.
Oh, God.
Which is interesting because they don't reproduce.
Remember, things get tweaked for different settings.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know if I should be allowed those at all. Well, ambush drake, probably not. Guard drake, maybe.
The rest you don't.
How much money you got?
There are some varieties of bird eggs and such in here as well. Most of them you're not too familiar with.
This one most seriously looks like a pseudo dragon egg, but it doesn't at the same time. Pseudo bird dragon, go.
As you're looking around, you see the lizard folk removing their hands from the water and just sort of shaking them off before turning their head over to you and goes, "Can I help you?"
No, I just looking to see what you have here. I see quite a variety here. I don't recognize those that you're working with, though. What are those from?
Those are from Tarnstead.
Just accept it.
I am. I'm my brain. The player brain trying.
You're better at talking than me.
The player brain's trying to figure out that, not the character brain. Interesting. I've never seen those eggs before.
You've seen the others, though?
Yes. A couple of these. Some purple worms. There.
Yes.
I believe they're called bullet.
Bullet, yes. You have a good eye. Most people do not recognize those.
And some drakes, I believe I see there too.
Yes. Imported, but valuable.
Yes, very. Out of character.
Mm-hmm.
Since I recognize those, the ambush and the guard.
Mm-hmm.
Do those come from our neck of the woods, or are those from elsewhere? Though I'm guessing they're probably.
Can you guess where they're from?
Yeah. I'm guessing Morgani's got it.
Yep.
Quite a variety you have here.
Quite a good eye you have. Are you a handler?
Somewhat. A little hand in many different jobs, so to speak.
What would you call your main job?
What was that?
You're a jeweler.
Oh, I thought you just said a butler.
What's your omega job?
Actually, I primarily a jeweler, but I've learned many things from.
You can always use an out that your mom's really into handling.
That would explain your eye for the worms.
Yes, we know they're wonderful talents. But my mother is more the person who has taught me about handling animals.
It is a good skill to have. The credit to her for handing them down.
I will pass on your credit when I see her next. And who do I have the joy of meeting today?
And she sort of extends a hand out to you. I am Karana. And you would be?
My name is Rinson.
Linson.
Yes.
A cute name.
Thank you. My mother was very fond of the name. Dad lost out in the choice.
Well, mothers know best.
Yes.
Well, Jula.
I'm getting blamed for this. I appreciate it, and I'll take it. I mean, to be fair, Kara did not want to name that child Rinson.
Is this passing curiosity, or are you actually looking for something?
I was just looking through town, seeing what was around.
Budgeting quietly.
Is seeing what I might find that myself or possibly my mother might enjoy receiving as a gift from my trip.
What kind of creatures does she like?
Not cats.
Honestly, a little bit of everything. She seems to not get along with those of the feline variety, but other than that, she seems to enjoy the company of most others.
In that case, might I recommend, or perhaps a quail or a fennec?
Have I seen any fennec? Did she? Obviously, I know what a fennec out of character is. Have I seen what is actually a fennec in you?
You
when I came
don't
in?
have the association of the name of the creature right now.
But player-wise,
Why don't you ask
Yes.
if you can see some of them?
Okay.
Ask if you can see some of them. It's leaking out.
if you would like to show me those that you think are best, we can see what my budget can take.
Of course. And she will basically lead you through one of the tent flaps into basically a cordoned off area where there are cages, spacious cages, plenty of room to run about in, but there are cages of critters, wooden made, not metal. But she takes you over to one where you can actually see some of these strange larger creatures that you saw at various other stalls, sort of lazing about. They're not really active right now.
Sounds like me every day. Okay, I'm gonna roll this. She mentioned quail and fennec, correct?
The quails, not much to show you beyond the eggs, but the fennec young are resting right now. They are more day creatures. That's a problem.
Yes, but it is one that can be worked around within ways.
She's looking at you when she says that, and give me a roll, please.
What roll?
Nature, please.
Okay. Regular or disadvantage?
Regular.
25.
You saw those things. The ones outside were very, very active, and it's nighttime right now. You suspect they aren't actually day creatures.
Okay. As far as I know, they seem to be quite active at night.
And she there's just a little upturned smirk on her muzzle, and then she sort of clicks her tongue a bit, and you see the heads perk up a bit. Okay, so you do know a little. Good.
Yes.
I like to sell to people that know what they are doing.
Out of character, because I know where quails are found in our world. Is the quail something I know of? Like, Carrick knows?
Yes, Carrick does know of quails.
Okay. So he knows
they're not
bird,
native.
so
They have quail eggs in one of our
Yeah.
bags.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I know that because that was the thing of I was
Quails are found in quails are various variety are found in actual quite a lot of locations in this world.
Okay. Obviously not
all the same type.
Area,
and yes,
probably.
not Tarnstead. No, but north. Yes, Northern Barras tends to have them.
How much were you asking for the young phoenix?
I am selling them for 10 gold apiece. They are well trained, you see.
I'm gonna kind of look over Okay. And you mentioned
I think 3 of these and 4 of those.
I actually have to scroll down to the bottom to my pile of how much actual
I think you have like 3 platinum each, and then like 50 gold pieces or something like that. So.
Yeah, 3 and 50.
You
I like someplace in here I have the cult.
You said that you are taking gifts back to your mother. Is it far? Do you travel?
Yes, we do travel.
Might I suggest a guard creature as well?
Guard creatures are always a good idea. What did you have in mind?
You spotted the guard drakes.
Yes. Do you just have the eggs, or?
I have a couple of creatures, but they are my breeding pair.
Would I be able to see them?
Of course.
It's a good way to know about the babies. This is a responsible
And
thing to do right now.
she'll actually motion you to follow again, and she leads you basically out back. You see, she actually has what looks like to be a large caravan set out back of these tents. And when I mean large, it's basically the size of a modern freaking what do you call them? Americans
RV.
love them. Yeah,
Recreational
Winnebagos.
RV.
Yeah.
I was going to guess hamburgers.
When you say Winnebago and Americans love them, my brain just kind of goes, "We love Winnebagos."
No, we don't.
It's like one of those 30-foot RVs, right?
Yes, essentially.
Yeah.
It's immense.
A lot of Americans drive those.
In fact, you're looking at it, and it looks like it's 2 stories. Not particularly tall stories, but
just like the real ones.
there's 2 floors to it.
From what I've seen, I'm guessing it is a very, what's the word?
Wooden structure.
Very wooden.
Elaborate for probably what I've seen around.
Yes, it is very elaborate. Very widespread wheels. Looks like they could actually handle the sands. You don't know what would be harnessed up to it because the front of it is empty right now. But
quite a nice vehicle you have there.
Thank you. It is home.
Always a good thing to have a quality home.
Other Corvus stole it.
Yes.
We don't mention that here.
And as she leads you to it, you see actually out front of it, just lazing on these 2 large slabs of stone that seem to have actually been purposely placed. 2 guard drakes. They seem to be, one seems to be a very, very deep blue, quite bright. The other is a far more mottled blue, rather dark.
What type of roll to get an idea of the quality of?
It's going to be another nature check.
Okay. Normal.
Yeah, it's going to be normal.
Okay.
Okay.
27.
As she leads you over to them, she just goes, Quace, and what was the other one? Quace, Lubna, be calm, this is a guest. And you see them raise their heads, and Carrick, as you come over to them, they don't act particularly aggressively to you. And they just seem to be regarding you, and they let you get somewhat close. You feel getting too close, probably not a good idea. But you get close enough to inspect them, and they look to be in immensely good health.
Very well trained and excellent looking.
They are a good line.
It seems so. I am very impressed.
I got them from a visiting person. And she seems to sort of look up a bit as she's trying to recall, I think 17 years ago now.
Do I, with my previous nature roll or that one, do I know a rough age that these get? I know it's probably a stretch, but...
Yeah, no, I'll let you have it. It's not uncommon for these to live as long as some, say, parrots do.
Okay, so they still have quite a bit of time.
Yes.
Still. Okay.
It's not unheard of these to outlive human owners.
That leaves quite a bit of time for them still.
Yes.
Very good.
They were already a little grown when I got them, but young all the same.
Very nice. How much were you looking for the egg?
100 gold pieces an egg.
Okay.
They are valuable, you understand.
Very. I'm actually writing down, so I apologize for taking a moment, because otherwise I'll forget. And you mentioned the quails. How much? How much for those? My mother does enjoy her birds.
10 silver pieces an egg.
When I saw, did she just have a single guard egg, or?
You saw a clutch of 3.
At this exact moment, I cannot promise what I can get, because we still have some business that we are finishing in town. Does this place, does it look like she's set up here for a long time?
The way that the sand has gathered at the base of the tenting and so on, you feel like she has been here for a while. Doesn't look like the wagons moved in recently.
I am guessing you are not planning on leaving in the next couple of days.
No,
yourself?
It will be here a few more weeks, perhaps.
That is good. The purple worms, just in case I decide for myself to pick one up to assist with my jewelry endeavors, and it's always nice to have a purple worm around. How much are you looking for those, if they are also for sale?
She seems to look at you and regards you and sort of strokes the chin a bit, and give me an insight check if you want.
I was just going to say a persuasion check.
Okay, she looks like she's actually mulling over whether she should be doing this. But she just goes, I would like to see them in good hands.
Completely understandable. Oh.
If you would be willing to take the clutch, you would find much use for them, yes?
Yes. How many did I see, by the way?
Bonus for any of the players that remember how many there were.
5. They're 5.
That's right.
Okay. I was just saying I didn't want to look through my notes, so...
Neither did I.
That's like 10 pages back right now.
And in fact, if you can make it so Ali doesn't have to open up her notes at all, how much were you told they were worth?
300 gold pieces apiece.
Okay, thank you. You will get a cookie.
I was trying to flip through that.
I want a cookie.
And she looks at you and goes, if you are willing to take the clutch of 5, you know how to handle them, yes? Or you can learn quick.
Yes.
She just nods a bit because you've shown knowledge. I would offer them to you for 200 an egg.
Out of character question.
Mm-hmm.
How big are these things?
They're pretty sizable. An individual could carry one, but
so this is where I go elephant bird egg, and everybody goes, what the heck's an elephant bird egg look like size-wise? So that doesn't help. But I'm guessing one's basically your extent of what you could carry.
Yes. Some of the larger species might be able to pack 2, but it'd be awkward and dangerous.
If I was in full dragon form,
easily
with something to carry. Okay. Here I'm gonna. There'll be something. Where are we? That size.
Bit bigger than that.
Okay,
Double that up.
Okay.
Yeah, what the guy's holding, right? Bigger than that, right?
I hope so. I mean, we are talking possibly gifting here, so we have to.
Double sides of that.
I believe I could do that. I may need to make some arrangements for to make sure that we have enough space, because definitely do not want to
Jostle them about.
No, that's not the word I'm thinking of. You don't want to. You want to give them enough space for sure, so they are not damaged.
Of course.
Let me speak with my compatriots that I am traveling with to make sure that we have the space. I should be able to, out of character, because brain just suddenly shut down. Lizards are daytime normally or nighttime?
Daytime normally. It's a little unusual that she's up at this hour.
Tomorrow, come to speak with you. I might be able to find out quicker than that, but tomorrow for sure I would be able to come and let you know if you think that would be okay.
That would be fine with me, and if you need space to travel with them, I know some people around here who would give you a discount on wagons.
That would be good to know. If we do not have the space ourselves, I would definitely like to take you up on that offer.
Also, you might want to get her tips on traveling with eggs, because she's very knowledgeable about traveling.
I've never, I will be completely honest, traveled with eggs of this size. What is the best precautions to take to
You are in luck. Purple worm eggs are very resilient. Just some straw padding for safety, and try not to let them get too warm.
And what about, I know of the wonderful drakes here, and if I remember correctly, usually drake eggs, I believe, are quite resilient also.
Ah, yes. If you're taking the drakes too, then they prefer heat.
Yes.
That is a dilemma to solve. Maybe 2 wagons.
Yes. The drake, I believe, will not be a problem with our transportations that we have currently.
If you are in need, we could arrange a visit from the temple for a blessing of safety.
That would be a wonderful idea.
Perhaps there are all manner of ways to keep them safe.
Yes. And how many fennecs were there?
In her pen, you saw 3.
Okay. Do the 3 young fennecs not like to be separated, or are they pretty independent of each other?
They are fairly independent.
Okay.
I cannot promise to hold those for you. They are good sellers.
No problem. How about... crud. Let me check. Would you be able to hold if I paid for one now?
Of course.
And that was 10 gold, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I am going to reach, because that's actually in my regular pouch, because the money gets carried in that. And not showing what's in there, but I am reaching, and I am pulling out 10 gold.
Okay. She will take that from you and go, is there one in particular you wish for me to hold for you?
I saw him moving around, and did one seem a little bit on the calmer side?
Yeah, there's one that was calmer in comparison to the other 2. Still not the calmest of creatures, but definitely calmer.
Yeah, they might react better to dragonlings. So I'm gonna motion to that one and go, if you could, I would like the calm one there.
The female.
might.
I can hold her, certainly.
Thank you very much, and I'm gonna hand her the 10 gold. I will see what I can do, and if I do not see you before then, I will see you tomorrow to let you know on what I can do.
Yes, I look forward to seeing you then.
Yes, and to you, Karana, a pleasure to meet you, and a pleasure to do business, and hopefully more business with you.
The pleasure was mine, Rinston.
Thank you.
Told the Link basically what's going on. I need the puppies.
Oh, don't worry. There might be another Fennec purchase, possibly.
Why are you eating a paw?
A couple of hyenas.
There's literally nowhere I can sleep. You've gotten all the apex predators versus small mouse-like creatures.
I mean, no, I didn't get the ambush drake. It was thoughts.
I'm just saying, you've got Phoenix. We've got Phoenix in one room, and there's a freaking cat in the other room.
Shaxon.
I mean, the Fennec are small.
Anything in particular you're looking for?
He's mostly just browsing, that sort of thing. Maybe seeing if there's anything medicine-wise or just things that might catch his interest.
Okay.
He is also keeping in mind one thing that Gifton had mentioned yesterday for angels showing up, and he's going to activate the gem of seeing that he has on his person.
Okay. All right. 1 second. I have managed
It
to.
basically gets 10 minutes cruise time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh no, I know what a gem machine is. This was me trying to filter a list to try and find interesting things, and I have managed to break 5e tools.
Oh.
Oh no!
Did you break it like I've done, where none
There
of
we
the
go.
filters work anymore?
Yeah, there we go. Fixed it.
Don't like when that happens.
Okay. Yep, you're looking around Shaxon, and your eye of seeing is on. There is nothing particularly alarming. You don't see any angels or anything like that. You do see a little bit of an oddity, which is there is a human, not human, a drow-like person running a stall, but as your gaze passes over them through that eye, they are definitely not drow. You see some strange snake-like visage.
I can't remember the exact word for them in D&D, but what I actually
Yuan-ti.
know with the species, Yuan-ti, that's what it is.
Yes.
Are you familiar with it, or?
I would need a nature roll from you, please.
Okay.
Actually, history would be more appropriate. What's the modifier difference?
My add 6 to that.
Add 6 to that. Okay. Yeah. Yes. You see a Yonti, and while you've not got personal experience with them, you have read about them. They're a species that actually occurs in a few locations in modern day, although it's believed that they did originate from Sahar. And yeah, they definitely seem to match the description.
He will stop his gaze for a second and then continue on, just sort of a note of...
Okay. As you pass their stall, they just seem to be selling what looks like to be potion bottles and so on. As you wander on,
little snake oil salesman.
As you move on, you see Trucine would pick up magic signatures, right? Pretty sure.
I believe... Well, it's just full true sight, so...
Yeah, you basically are holding up a gem to look for it, I think. So
actually are.
I figured in this case he's
see things
just
that they actually are. I'm going to say you could
out.
probably see that something is magical with this. It makes sense to me. Don't hold me to it in future, though. You see what looks like to be a stall of what at first appears to be trinkets, but as your gaze passes over it, a lot of them are registering as magical.
Can I interrupt 1 second?
Yeah.
Are you going to be away from me for a little bit?
Yes, you can go and do stuff if you need be.
Okay.
Shax has actually settled on that, and he will actually walk over and start looking.
Okay. As you're coming over, the Dulagar man in the store, he nods up at you and goes, you got a good eye there. I have no idea what that voice was. Sorry, I had to slip out of Les's folk and briefly went into the Dwarfish, and it was terrible.
Oi!
Boy.
I need to remember how to speak to Harlan. There we go. Yes. Just looking then. Anything in particular you are looking for?
It is mostly browsing, seeing what people have. We've just entered town a little bit ago.
I have all manner of small things here. Mostly made by my son as practice, but good magic nonetheless.
What do they do?
Here, this contraption, it tells the time. This tells you direction. This lantern can reveal things. Show you the way to something.
Show you the way.
Don't remember what it was made to track, though.
Oh, it's a lantern of tracking. Well, that's awesome.
Hmm.
This...
Ironically enough, Shax has like half that crap in his pocket of actual items he carries on him.
And basically, he has all manner of common magic items here.
Mm-hmm.
And he has... Where is it? There it is. And he has what look like to be pots of ink. Just sitting, little glass colourful files. And he goes, these I can apply myself. They are markings for the skin, tattoos that have magical properties.
Shax will nod something. I have heard of those. They are most interesting magic.
Yes. Something you would like, perhaps?
I think I'm a little laden down in magic in my current state, but it is something I do find interesting.
Well, I do not know what I would have to offer you, but he just sort of motions that he's still saying this is it.
Mm-hmm. Shax will give it all a second courtesy look because he's just interested in what they are, that sort of thing. And we'll just kind of nod his head and go, I apologize for not doing more or buying, but I just find magic items interesting. Thank you for your time. And he will bow his head politely.
And he just nods back at you.
Oh, to be a magic snob.
Shax, it's half that stuff he has in his pocket, and he's vaguely probably aware of what magic tattoos are, but also out of character, I'm fairly certain they take attunement, and I don't have any spare attunement for it.
Yeah.
Also, 1 second. Shaxton.
Mm-hmm.
How much magic stuff do you have on display?
In the thing, he's probably, well, the gem is seeing, since he's using it probably with like a piece of strapped to his head, is probably visible. Beyond that, most of the stuff's probably in his bag with his, I know he's got an enduring spell book actually hanging off his hip that he, actually no, it wouldn't be right now because that's an actual book and he'd have hidden that. Does have the Everbright lantern closed up sitting on part of it, so
okay. Give me a perception check, please.
Your armor is also magic, right?
Yeah, it's somewhat masked though. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the armor's masked with this thing. Perception?
Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah.
If it helps, all the passive is 22.
Yes, that helps. Okay. Jackson, you can't help but notice that one of his eyes twitches a little oddly, as in it's moving differently than the other one that's regarding you, and it just seems to be flickering from magic item to magic item on you.
Jack shall actually look and just gesture slightly and go, there's something wrong with your eye, I think.
And he just smiles at you and goes, no, working perfectly. I have something that allows me to see magic itself. Lost an eye, but need not lack benefit.
He has got all kinds of little fun critters.
Yep, Shax will nod again and go, that is fair, and he will tap the eyepiece he's wearing as well.
You seem to have a lot of magic on you, so you say you are fairly interested in it, yes?
Quite.
Would you be interested in the unknown?
Yes. What do you have to offer?
No.
And he sort of puts up a finger as if saying, wait a second, and then just sort of reaches down below his stool and heaves a small box up onto it.
What's in the box?
And he sort of motions you to lean in and seems to glance about surreptitiously.
Shax will acquiesce and lean in a bit.
And he very slightly opens up the lid of the box and goes, this was found in the den of a djinn. And if you look inside the sort of cracked open box, which he seems to only open up the lid slightly as if he doesn't want people around to see, it looks a lot like the sort of small wooden puzzle cubes you've seen about, but ornately patterned on each surface.
Oh my God. Get it.
No,
Get it.
no.
Get it.
No.
Hellraiser.
Do it.
Pinhead.
Interesting.
It is.
What are you asking for it?
Well, you can see how immensely magical it is, yes?
I'm assuming yes, I can.
It seems to radiate magical energy. Normally, something with such power would bring a high price, but it seems to only activate upon solving of the puzzle, and none have been able to. So I would be willing to offer it to you for a paltry 1,000 gold pieces.
Man, Cassie's gem's getting spent 6 ways to Sunday.
Shax looks, strokes his chin slightly and just looks and goes, I will see what I can do about acquiring that.
And he smiles a little and closes the box. Then I look forward to seeing you again.
With any luck, yes. And Shax will give a polite bow.
And he just places the box back onto the table.
Mm-hmm.
In the real world, Cassiopeia is screeching like a fennec.
And
oh, come on. It's not like we're not going to pay you back.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing quite as interesting around the rest of the market. It's a lot of very mundane things. You can pick up some lovely souvenirs, lots of standard mundane objects, carved pieces, clothing, artwork. And soon enough you'll be able to meet back up with Carrick. But before that, we are going to go over to Talday.
Hello.
Hi, Talday.
Hi.
Are you heading to the northern gate?
I am.
Okay. You make your way through town, paying attention to your surroundings as you have been liking to do, travelling the streets. There's a brief distraction of a group of children sort of crowding around you as you walk along, doing that very hurried, come and tell us a story. Seemingly fascinated by you and also just wanting your attention.
I will be telling stories later, but if you wish, I will tell you a short one.
And there's lots of excited nodding, very sort of hurried encouragement. And will you tell him a short story?
Yes, I will tell them the short story of once there were a group of children who were very well behaved, and so they were rewarded by their parents for being good children.
You get a lot of amused booing.
No.
Childish jeers at you before one of the young lizards just looks up and goes, "Well, are you telling stories?"
Oh, crap, I'm blanking on the name of the place right now.
It's the sweet succulent.
Thank you. I will be doing so
I
at
accept
the
rewards in the forms of cookies.
sweet succulent.
There's a few hurried whispers between the kids, a little bit of discussion before they don't even say goodbye. They just rush off, leaving you standing there.
Yes, that's about what I would expect. I would chuckle to myself a bit and continue on.
Okay, and before long, the northern wall starts to come into clear view, and immediately there's a difference between this and the rest of the walls. There seem to be more guard posts along here. You can see areas of the wall are differently coloured than the rest of their surroundings, as if stuff has been replaced here. There is even minor debris on the inside, large chunks of stone, and you can see basically a lot more heavily armed guards around here. Not so much in the way of living places close to the walls as there has been at the others.
I will just totter about somewhat, looking around and...
Okay. As you're sort of wandering around, sort of coming close to the wall, I imagine.
Yes.
As you start to approach it, you actually see a figure coming towards you, scorpion lower body, carrying this very thickly leathered armored guard over to you, and she actually regards you curiously, drow upper body, scorpion lower body, hair tied up in a top knot that's coming out of a leather-based helm, and she just looks at you and goes, "Wanderer, I hope you're not planning to go out the gate."
Is there an issue out there?
Only the usual issues.
Danger?
Much. The tribes and their tamed creatures have been a little more aggressive as of late.
Ah. Is anyone hurt?
A few scrapes and bruises, but nothing more major, I think the goddess.
That is good.
Well, if you are requiring passage out of the northern gate, I could arrange for an escort, but I would advise against it. There are stories to be learned elsewhere.
I wish to know the stories of the unsung heroes.
You're wanting to talk to people here?
Yes.
Well, if you heed any warnings that come up and get off the wall if need be, then I do not see any harm of you being here and talking to people.
Thank you.
Yes, and if you need an escort, I am available.
Yes, that would be appreciated. You could tell me of your time along the wall.
And she shifts the spear she's holding in one hand to the other, which is basically got a shield strapped to her arm, and just extends her now free hand out to you. Amethea. Which I will paste in the name as I know it will be requested. Torde. Well then, Torde, let me take you around. I will introduce you to some of the men and women working here.
Thank you.
And yeah, she will lead you up to the wall and actually take you up onto the battlements where she does as she said she would. She starts to introduce you to people. What do you want your line of interaction to be, Telde? Are you going to be more passive? Are you going to try and inquire about certain things?
I'm going to be mostly passive. I will ask occasionally how things have been here. The fairly uninvasive questions.
Okay. In that case, what you will gather, Telde, amongst actual various personal stories, people will regale you with personal conflicts they've had. You get shown some injuries, some more proud of them than others. But what you actually pick up here is the rebellious tribe and the constant issues with it. It seems like gnolls were one of Hea's creations and rejected their goddess. They now live in the greater desert land within the northern regions here. And they have been taming and turning a lot of creatures against the city.
I will then inquire about when they've most recently been seen and if it's been greater frequency, greater numbers.
Fear will nod and just go, the last attack was a month ago, but it was just a small band attacked a caravan traveling out from the gates. That's why we're trying to restrict travel. We think they are still active out there. But the last big assault, it's been over a year. It's hard to say about the numbers. Scouts, they are fairly good at hiding, you see. But we don't think they have grown in too many a number. We actually have negotiations going on with them right now, if you're visiting within the city.
Oh, attempts at peace.
Of course.
Carrick is stealing all the babies.
The goddess loves them, even if they do not love her.
Bonus points for hair worshippers.
And peace is always the preferable option. I would be more than happy to be put out of a job, she says with a smile.
And what would you do otherwise?
I like the idea of sailing. Never been on the ocean, but I like the idea of it.
Remembrance's ancestor. That's
perhaps you shall become a sailor.
That is a nice dream. Perhaps if I am no longer needed here. Although I do not know how my blessed body would handle a boat, and she just sort of taps one of her scorpion-like legs with the spear butt.
Alright, so we're like kidnapping 50% of the city and taking it in the future. Tenorin, we got you a new crewmate again. Oh.
Still.
I swear she's gonna find out she's his ancestor. And...
I'm glad to hear that you are interested in what is going on. You collect more personal stories, it seems.
It is important.
And with the negotiations going on, it is important to hear many sides. Perhaps you would like to speak to the Gnolls themselves.
Yes, I would.
Bring them home with us.
She gestures just to a large building that's perhaps 300 yards away within the wall. She goes, they're staying there right now. We have guards keeping an eye out, but they are given most leave of the city. I don't suppose they would object to a visitor. They seem quite amiable.
Thank you.
Do yell if you need help, though.
Oh, I have yet to run into anyone who has given me problems here.
Torvalday says, thinking of the party.
I'm very glad to hear it.
I haven't given him a single problem in here.
Torvalday thinking of 3 members of the party.
If you need us at
Sorry.
any time, please feel free to return. Always happy to talk to somebody.
I like feel please is now part of lingo in this time.
Yes.
Thank you again for your kindness. It has been an honor to learn about you.
The honor's been mine, Wanderer. Where are you staying?
Wow, how the fuck did that just fall out of my head in
The sweet
less
succulent.
than 5 weeks?
Succulent.
There we go, yes.
You're
The
welcome.
sweet succulent.
The
One second.
sweet succulent. It's near the Sphinx Temple, yes. Run by
Indeed.
Banwa?
Anwa.
No, that's an in-character mistake. Run by...
No, I'm helping Hat down. Anwar.
I believe it is Anwar.
Yes, Anwar. Popular tourist spot, especially amongst the Dulagar. Sure. If things calm enough and we have dealt with the bandits, would you like to be informed? There is no restriction, technically, for traveling at the Northern Gate, just an advisement. If you wish to go out, I would be happy to tell you when we feel it is safest.
Are you doing necrotic damage to them?
I don't know whose card that is.
I don't
That
know
was mine
either.
from earlier.
Oh, okay.
I'm like sitting there going, are you doing necrotic damage? I don't understand what's going on.
I've been on the table a while.
I was zoomed in, so it just suddenly filled my vision.
Yeah, it just suddenly moved and then turned. But, yes, if you could let me know, that would be appreciated. I am unsure how long I shall be staying, but at least I will tell stories soon.
Same location.
Yes.
Well, I suspect I may be getting some requests for time off if that news gets about. I'll consider letting it happen. And she smiles a little and just places a hand on your shoulder. Daughter's blessings on you.
And you. Thank you.
And she just nods and turns back to head to the main gate.
Main gate. God. I will head toward the building where the Knolls have been staying.
Okay, you head on over there, and indeed, you can see some more of the city guard, not exactly standing there as if they're ready for an assault, but staying within the area. And actually, outside of the doors of this building are 2 gnolls. The leather is a little more crude than the armor that's been made for the guard here. Their spears made of bone, it looks like. And they just watch as you approach and start chattering to each other as you come closer. For they glance about at the guards around, and there's a slight tilt forward of their spears as if they want to level them at you, but are being very cautious in how they act. One of them going,
Greetings, my friends.
who are you?
I am Torte.
Tode, we're not expecting any Tode.
No, I merely wish to come and see if any of you would speak with me.
There's some high-pitched yapping back and forth from them, and it seems like it's a language, just not one you understand. Before one of them steps forward and goes, "Talk of what?"
I wish to learn more about you and
Me?
what you have been through.
I've been through why you want to know?
I collect stories.
Why?
So that they may live on.
The stories, words, important, big tales, not for me.
That is not true. That is the most important kind of story.
No. You want Packlord's story? She's most important, yes?
If you insist, but I am still interested in yours.
And he sort of bobs his head a bit and goes, then you speak to Packlord. She is most important, yes? And he turns to open the door, and the other gnome snaps at him and goes, no visitor without her permission. Needs to speak to the
Can
most
you
important.
ask?
And there's some more of that weird chattering back and forth between them before the one that snapped just points at you and goes, stay.
Of course.
And they move inside the building, leaving the one that had been talking to you sort of standing, staring at you, and tilting their head back and forth as they regard you.
While
and
we
making a
wait,
strange
would you
car noise.
mind telling me about yourself? Perhaps at least your name.
You wanderer, yes?
Yes, I am a wanderer.
Is it true?
Is what?
That your words are powerful.
I will not claim to have more power in my words than others.
They say when a wanderer tells a story, it increases the power of those in the story.
Ooh.
There is some truth to that claim.
Then you would tell my story, yes?
That is my wish, yes.
And they sort of do this very weird foot stomping as if they're fidgeting about excitedly before they move in a little closer to you. 1 second.
Quickly rolling
This is
up this.
This is the DM muting herself, talking to herself briefly, trying to make various different manic null noises so she can get a good voice showing. I understand what this moment is. I have been there.
I am Yit.
'Tis an honor to know you.
I am a powerful stabber.
Ah, you have fought many.
I have fought many beast and man alike.
A true warrior.
I fell free of my brothers to get this position.
Ah, you are unrivaled.
No, many rival, but I'm still strong and stronger when you tell others of Yit. Yes?
Yes, I will tell others of you.
And you should tell them how big and powerful and how many females I have, and you will tell them that I can fell a giant with one blow. Yes?
Have you done so?
Maybe.
Stories must begin with the truth.
I have found a small giant.
Oh,
Is anyone else
tell
imagining a
me of
halfling right
this time. Why did you fight it?
It was in our territory.
Ah, so you were defending your people.
I was defending land, yes. Well, oh god, I'm going into Skeksis with this gradually, and fuck it, I'm just embracing it. Okay.
Embrace the Skeksis.
yeah.
They're coming. It's just you've been going this way your whole life. Everything you've been as a DM is leading up to this moment. Skeksy it up.
Skexy Knolls, oh god.
And Flank will tell you that he fell it with his blow, but not true. I got it in the what do you call it? The back of the foot.
Ah, the heel?
Yes. And it limped and it fell. And that is more important than the blow to the neck.
You must be quite brave.
I got him fairly close while Blava distracted it.
And you say you have many females?
No, yes. Yes. The story will say so, yes?
Do you have children?
No, not yet. But maybe that changed.
Maybe after the story be told.
Maybe that changed, because you tell the good story, and the negotiations here mean that we will have the blessing of the daughter.
You wish for the daughter's blessing?
Tribe leaders do.
I had been told that your people had rejected her.
Yes, stories from long ago say that we rejected her.
But you no longer hate her, then?
I do not care. A tribe leader think it is a good idea to get her favor.
It is good to see hate disappear.
I hate very little.
You are focused on survival, then?
Survival, and it is wrong to hate things just because they are in your way. I do not hate food, but I devour food.
Yes, food is very good.
Yes, food very good. Oh god.
Yes.
Sorry, I just had that moment where I was sitting here going, what is my life?
Chamberlain, God.
I'm so glad I can help you come to that moment.
And just because something food does not mean can't get along.
That is true, yes.
Good. Wanderer understands.
What was the name of this knoll again?
Yet.
Yet, okay.
And as he's sort of nodding his head, the door opens up again. And suddenly there is a much larger knoll. They look at least twice the size of these ones. They actually tower above you, Telde. Having to stoop their head to come out of this doorway. Or stoop their back, I should say. The head is already set forward. And yes, this large knoll, clad in lots of bone, hanging off her, some sort of formed up into armored pieces. It looks like others just seeming to be ornamentation. These large, scarred, scrabbled ears, having bone piercings through them. And one of their eyes is missing, just this sealed shut, while the other regards you. And they go, "You are a wanderer, yes?"
Indeed I am. And you would be the one who leads these.
I am Gra. I am Gra Merkmore.
It is an honor to meet you.
The honor is mine, Wanderer. I am told that you wish to hear of our story.
Yes, I do.
Then would you like to come inside?
Yes, that would be quite the honor.
Please follow, Lynn. And they sort of step aside and motion into the door for you.
Everything about the inflection that you give to that character makes the alarms go off in my head of, this is a horrible trap, this is a horrible trap, don't do it. And at the same time, yeah, I'm definitely doing it.
And they will take you in to what is a building in the same style as the rest of the Drow buildings here, but it does seem to have been occupied for a little while by these gnolls, at least, judging by the furs that are hanging on the walls, levers, the general disrepair of some of it. There seems to be 4 other gnolls in here, just sort of lazing about. One of them looks a little agitated, as if they have been told to sit and really don't want to be. You get the impression that this relaxed thing is more of a show in here. And she leads you in and motions you to a chair and just goes, "Do you wish for food?"
I could not refuse such an offer.
Good.
It is a great kindness.
We do not have much in the way of our favorite foods, but the city has provided some stores for us, so you will have to forgive if it is not so good.
I would never complain.
Okay.
It is a kindness of the highest order to share food.
Nilo, get food for Wanderer. And she sort of follows that up with a strange yippy bark at one of the other gnolls, who quickly hurries into a side room. And she sits at a very large chair that looks like it was brought in. Does not match Styling's hair. Again, made from wood, roped with bone. It's almost tribal throne.
So mildly expecting that that's how she arrived. On top of some poles or something brought in. Yep.
And as she sits down, she just sort of motions you to join her. So,
Thank you.
Wanderer, what would you like to know?
I wish to gather the stories of all I can. I have been informed that you are a great leader that I should learn about.
You flatter me. Great, maybe, one day. With the help of the daughter.
Yes, I am interested to know. Your people are known to not have such love for the daughter, and yet you seem more willing.
My people think that as we are a part of the daughter and have been for a long time, we should hate her, stay apart. But I think maybe the fact she gave choice is more important. And if I choose different, it is not bad.
Was there a particular reason your people split from hers?
Stories say many different things. Some say jealousy, not the favored child, so didn't want her. Some say that we thought we could do better without. Some say that perhaps our taste meant we were shunned. But whatever is true, all that matters is the way it is. No?
Yes, that is important.
And the way it is that most Gnomes do not love daughter. Most Gnomes dislike daughter and the walls she keeps and the creatures she unleashes. Until we learn how to handle them.
Have they caused pain to your people?
Oh, much pain. So much. But they are equal opportunity like we are. They do not see Null and hurt Null because we are Null. They would do the same with Drow outside wall. They would do the same with Duragar outside wall. They are beasts.
Survival.
Yes. And we are much alike in that way. We do not hurt Drow because they are Drow. We hurt Drow because we are hungry.
Do you wish to have more food then? Perhaps some of their stores.
I think that more food is good. And I think that walls are good. And I think maybe I could show Knowles the right way and the daughter.
You seem to have great vision.
Great vision, uniting all Knoll kind under banner, bringing them back into fold.
This truly is quite the tale that I am learning.
Will not be just tale, will be truth.
That is the root of every tale.
And all I need is a little blessing from the daughter, a little power, and I can make vision real. It is small price to bring children back, no?
I cannot speak for the gods.
But what is Wanderer opinion?
I believe peace is most important. That those who once hated others should be like friends. But there is injustice, mistreatment. That should not be allowed.
Yes, I agree. There has been much injustice, much mistreatment. Gnolls treated very badly, and even perhaps Gnolls do things that they should not. But is it not good to forgive?
Forgiveness is a path toward a better world, yes.
Yes. See, Wanderers as smart as they say.
Now you flatter me.
No, it is truth. Engla only speak truth. I hope that Goddess listen to truth, and other knows listen to truth. Perhaps Wanderer can help Drow and Duragar and lizard folk accept truth of Gla.
Tell me more.
Oh, what would Wanderer like to know? You know of Gla vision?
Tell me of your life. What led you to this?
Oh, Gla life, sad life, hard life. Gla considered runt of litter. But look at Gla now. Gla big, Gla strong. Gla found her people. many outcast amongst no sad thing, outcast of outcast. But we find each other in sadness, and we help each other, and learn that to help each other is best. And so she wished to help all know.
By getting the daughter's blessing and uniting.
Yes. To help each other is best, and that is what daughter do.
And then what would you do, united?
No, united. Join Drow and Duragar and lizard folk united, and we live happy and peaceful.
You wish only to be treated as they are.
Yes. Equals. As she says that, the Knoll that was sent off for food returns with a large platter that is set down in front of you, Telday, and it is raw meat. Some still on bone, others just slabs of cut meat. Looks like a variety of different cuts here.
I feel like I should roll a nature check to try and decide whether I realize anything about how good or bad that might be for me.
Okay, go ahead and roll a nature check, please. So far,
Yeah, going for it. Go for it.
so turtles are like turtles, right? And you don't think those eat meat, but you've eaten meat, and you've been fine. You're not sure about raw meat, but you've seen other people eat things called rare steak that looks mostly bloody. You even saw one military officer eat something called steak tartare, a delicacy from Noran. And it looked like raw meat, so maybe this is fine?
Is raw kibby a thing in Saha?
Probably, yeah.
Tiger meat.
We haven't necessarily had it yet, or seen it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You honor me with such foods.
It's good food. Some drow provide, others we bring with. Oh no drow, no lizard folk, no Duragar, promise.
Only turtle meat.
It
is why we haven't seen
in my
Wanderers.
head. I'm not saying anything.
It's why we haven't seen Wanderers lately.
And she sort of does stare at you before her eyes, her eye, I should say, widens a bit and goes, oh, and no Wanderer, not seen Wanderer before.
No. Have we not come to your people? Unfortunate.
I hear stories once, twice of no tribes visited by Wanderer. Sometimes good, sometimes bad, but no, not often.
How have you been received here, aside from allowed to live in this place?
Being received. Okay, think Drow suspicious, but Glar cannot blame. They let us in, and they talk to us. It is good step.
That is important.
Glad not yet
As
get
host,
her.
if you would like the first food.
Ah, Wanderer polite. And she actually does reach over and just takes a large hunk of meat on a bone, looks like the thigh of some creature, and tears into it with her teeth, which are oh so big and sharp.
I will slowly pick up a piece. I will also take a bite.
That's chewy. Only you can decide whether Telde likes the taste of raw meat. You don't know what it is. Juicy.
I will chew more.
And she very quickly finishes off this leg. Probably while you're still chewing on that single piece, she just seems to tear it off and swallow it down with barely chewing herself.
The
and
stomach does all the work.
As you're looking about, you can see the other gnolls in the room just staring hungrily at this platter. Yes, good. No?
Well, yes, it is quite good. Although I fear you have brought more than I could imagine eating.
Your kind eat slow as well as move slow.
This is true. We do move slowly.
Now, no need to eat more for now.
Yes, better to share.
Better to share. That's right. Share with no good. Maybe Wanderers loved here, yes?
So I am told.
Wanderers able to talk to important people, yes?
All people are important.
But some more equal than others, I feel.
Damn you, Napoleon. I mean,
Yeah.
Snowball's gonna get me. I could try, I suppose.
I wonder I could maybe talk to priestesses. I very much want audience, but being denied.
I'll bring it up with the priestess I know.
I would be thankful, so thankful.
No.
I will see if any would be willing to listen.
You are a good friend to Gra. Gra, thank you.
I thank you for your kindness and your story.
Gra, hope it good story for Wanderer to tell. What Wanderer name?
I am called Torde.
Torde. Gra remember Torde. Gra remember Torde always.
Dun dun dun.
What we don't know is that the Knoll Chieftain is a freaking angel.
Everything's an angel.
Everything's a bloody angel.
At this point, yes.
Gra know a value of time, and Gra will not keep Wanderer. Wanderer go talk to friends, yes?
I shall go now. Thank you again for the honor of your story and sharing food.
Very pleased that Wanderer enjoy story and food. If Wanderer ever wish to visit our tribe, Gra will promise safety.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wanderer. And she's getting up, and you're getting the impression that she is trying to urge you out, just with her body language.
I will, slowly head toward the entrance/exit.
Mm-hmm. And as you're heading that way, she actually sort of snaps, and there's that high-pitched yappy chatter of their language at one of the other gnolls, who hurries forward to open the door for you.
Actual footage of Tilde leaving.
Oh no, I have fallen and I cannot get up.
My head is in my shell.
See, I was gonna ask when you said slowly
How
for
slow?
Torte, or slow as a normal speed.
Okay, and you are shown out, Torde.
I will thank them for their kindness, each of the gnolls who is near me.
There is a lot of very low-headed bowing to you, especially when she's around, and she just bobs her head a little bit. Good day, night, and she seems to sneer at that, looking up at the sky.
I will bow as I leave the building.
And the door is very unceremoniously closed, leaving just the two gnoll guards outside staring at you.
Thank you again for allowing me this audience. I will thank the two guards.
You tell a story, yes?
Yes, I will tell a story.
There's a firm nod from the one guard who probably thinks that they're talking about the story of the chieftain, and then the one that actually gave you their little story is nodding their head very enthusiastically. And they let you go about your way.
I will head toward the temple.
Oh,
Dun, dun, dun.
Sphinx or Hayen?
Hayen,
okay.
unfortunately.
Oh no!
Alright, you start heading that way. Okay. Cassie,
Yes.
you are under tutorage. The moment you appeared, you were essentially grabbed by a familiar figure.
Yeah.
It's Lucifer. No. Sharla found you, and she sort of took you aside and just went. So you have finally shown up.
Sorry.
No need, although timekeeping is important. Must not keep people waiting. So, we should begin some of your leading, yes?
Yes.
I have some time myself, so I will spend it with you.
Okay.
I find it is better to be able to question what you are reading, rather than just trying to read.
Okay.
And she sort of just takes you in the arm, hooking her arm around yours, and leads you into what looks like to be a private room. There's a couple of tables in here, some cushions laid about. There isn't much in the way of chairs upstairs here. And she just settles down and motions to the table where there's already some unrolled scrolls. I do not know how you learn. Do you like to copy things? I find that helps some people process information better. Or are you more the talking type?
I'm more the do type.
Doing is a little hard to do with history.
But we had fixes.
You know, people say that, then you can do some very interesting things with reenactment.
Like plays.
Tournaments and so forth.
Tournaments.
Long story. And Cass is going to pick up a scroll and very quickly change subject.
Well, I am here to help in any way I can. I thought perhaps we would start with general duties. Lay out what is expected of us. I find knowing what to do and what people expect of you is a lot more important than learning the airs first.
Okay.
And she will start to go through things with you, Cassie.
And Cass is actually going to be copying down these scrolls.
Okay.
because it is a do thing, and she's intending on taking these scrolls with her.
Do you have paper and stuff?
There's Fellum and such here provided.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just making sure Cassie doesn't whip out her own shit.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Ooh. Sorry. DM. Yes. Yeah. You can start copying things down. I'd like an intelligence roll from you as you're doing this.
Oh, goody.
Your favorite roll.
My strongest stat.
I should not have been drinking.
Wow.
So did Cassie just start doodling noodles?
Jesus Christ. Before I start describing
those are
anything,
tentacles, right?
are you keeping that roll?
Do you have a heroic to spend? Or do you not want to? You might need to save it. I don't know.
Give me a second. I'm reading all the things I have.
I was sitting here going, it might not be the best roll, but I'm sure it'll be average enough. And then,
you can only use the heroic that you have. So, what does that one say?
Immediately re-roll a d20 you just rolled.
Okay,
Nice.
Go ahead and re-roll it then.
Can I combine that with anything else?
Any mechanics you might normally have.
But I can't reuse another inspiration on it?
No.
Okay.
Much
That's
better. Okay. So Cass, it's a little dull. It is reading work and writing, which has never been your strongest suit. But you are focusing enough to retain information here. And what you are learning right now is basic, not quite ceremony, just what people expect when you're giving blessings. Because turns out a lot of blessings you can just do for will, and that's it.
Okay.
But there is
It's consistency of the motions.
Yeah, there's consistency of emotions and basically how people expect to be treated when this is happening. There's a lot of importance put behind the words and the thought and the action. And you are learning a whole lot of different ones. There are various blessings to be given out. The usual blessings of hey, here's more kids. There's blessings of protection. There's even just general blessings of good fortune. They and their stuff might be focused on fertility and so on, but they also cover a whole range of stuff as most priests of most religions are expected to. And you're going to be at this for a good hour and a half just on this subject. And while you're working on it, Charlotte just come over every now and then, sort of leans in and just goes, how's it going?
Okay. And Cass is literally writing with one hand, reading, and just playing with a coin in her other hand.
And happens the distraction?
Huh? What?
The coin play.
Oh, just trying to keep my mind focused.
I cannot possibly think about reading, writing, and doing something in my other hand at the same time. My brain dies at being that ambidextrous and focus driven.
Though that's lack of focus, trust me.
Yeah.
We all have our little habits, I find. A little curiosity, if you wouldn't mind. You say that you were blessed outside.
Yes.
Would you mind telling me how this happened? It's not something that's particularly heard of.
Cass stops, looks away, thinks about it.
Time for the biggest lie.
Shala,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say this, and I mean absolutely no disrespect, but I was told never to reveal that to anyone.
By the goddess herself?
Yes.
Then I will respect her wishes.
Thank you. I do appreciate that.
I will say, a little careless of her to not teach you what you need to know.
I know a lot more than I let on, and it was a situation that required it. And like I said, I can't expand into it really.
There's something I would like to ask, and I do not think it is an intrusion, but please tell me if it is. Is this something you wanted?
It is something that is needed.
Everyone here is given a choice. All of us want to be here. All of us want to be this. I do not know the circumstances of what happened with you, but I don't think she would want someone to be something they do not wish to be, no matter how important.
And again, I would love to be able to tell you, but I cannot.
Very well.
There are things, very important things that have to happen, and I can't go any further than that. And Cass is actually taking Shala's hand. I as much as I seem to be dancing around the subject and giving you non-answers, I want to tell you, but I cannot tell you.
And she just sort of takes your hand back and pets the top of it and just goes, "It is okay. I am only asking out of concern. It is not something you need to tell me." I just see a confused girl, and, I would not be a good priestess if it did not worry me.
Cass smiles. That's normal for me.
Well, perhaps we can alleviate that somewhat.
If I'm not working with wood or doing something absolutely destructive, I'm panicky, flighty, and generally not coordinated.
Destructive. You like the more physical things.
Eyebrow waggle.
I build beautiful things, but I'm destructive in where I leave a path of destruction if needs be.
And she actually lets out a soft sigh at that and glances towards the door, and her eye seems to linger on it sadly for a few moments before she goes, "Well, there may be need of that in the coming days."
I have a feeling I know what's going on, and I don't think she will have me part of it. I think I may be needed elsewhere.
Well, I'm sure that wherever you are needed is where you will be. The goddess wills it. Still, and she sort of looks through a few of the other scrolls on the table and goes to pick one up before pausing. There is much to learn. I suppose I should ask if there is anything that you wish to know. Priority for you.
I'm just learning everything.
But some things come before others. You cannot learn everything in a moment.
One could wish, one could hope, but at the end of the day, one must have their footwork in place before they can learn.
Yes.
So, always start from the ground up.
Very well, then. We shall carry on. And she will continue to go through things with you. Unless...
And Cass is going to make just polite conversation.
Yeah. She keeps you for another hour, going over various rituals, tenets, even talking about the traditional dress and so on, which she engages you in more casually, conversation-wise. It doesn't seem to be particular scripture written down, but she just tells you what's expected and so on. But after another hour, she pauses and goes, perhaps we should break for lunch.
Lunch?
Mm-hmm. We have some fairly nice food here. And I imagine you must be hungry. You have been working well.
Cass actually stops and thinks about, yeah, actually, I am a little famished right now.
Well then, perhaps we shall head on down then.
Okay.
And she carefully rolls up scrolls and puts them back on into their little tubes that are on the table, these wooden things, before getting up and opening the door for you.
And Cass is stretching.
And she'll lead you downstairs. Once again, amongst the various acolytes and all the other various ranks milling about, she'll take you down into what seems to be a large common dining area. Lots of tables, and you can see there isn't a whole lot of pecking order here. You do see the higher priestesses just mingling in with acolytes, general priests, and so on.
It's the mess hall. Everyone's equal.
Essentially.
The eggs are always powdered, and the milk is fake.
Saying that, there is a smell of cooking food. And you can actually see that people are just going up to a large cook area. It's not exactly a traditional serving thing that we'd think of, just plates and things coming straight off of a grill.
Cass is going to look at it all because she's had food here, but she hasn't seen a lot.
Yeah, there's a few options. There's that strange paste that you've seen before for breakfast. There's some cooked meats. There's a lot of fruit and vegetables. Seems to be the main thing that are being grabbed here. Eggs, all manner of foods. And you're able to collect something to eat before she takes you over to a table to sit with her. And she goes, so, you are staying outside the temple, I believe, yes?
Yes.
And you have friends?
Yes.
Have you known them long?
In some cases, a very long time.
It is good to be in a new location with people you know. It takes some of the stress away.
It does. It really does. We've become something of a family.
Extended family is always a joyous thing. Blood is fairly rarely needed for such importance.
They keep me grounded.
This is a good thing for us. Not to speak ill of my sisters, but sometimes the roll can get to some people's heads.
I have met people like that.
It's always a shame. Some people need some humbling.
Oh, he did.
Oh, yeah, one of the Sphinx, maybe? You say, I take it you are referring to a priest.
It's a long story. He was someone who came into power who really wasn't suited for power and started abusing it. And he needed to be taken down quite a few notches.
Huh. You seem to have a curious past, sister.
Oh, you don't know that.
I don't know nearly the half of it. I don't know any of it.
Maybe 1-2%.
Still, I would like to meet your friends. I believe saw some of them on the bridge, yes?
Yes, that would have been Olgar and Trixie, whom I believe are down in whom may have gone down to the library.
Oh, they are here.
We need to collect purple worms, and a trader in town is only willing to sell to those who have an understanding how to raise the animals so that the animals are well cared for, which is incredibly reasonable.
Purple worms?
Yes.
What need do you have of purple worms?
I'm not... We are working with a person who was recommended us. And he has techniques and materials that are needed. And if it were wood, I could tell you this is metal. So all I know is that in order to get to the metal that we need the purple worms.
I have to ask, what is this? Some sort of monetary expenditure? Is this business?
It's what's needed.
And she sighs softly and puts down her cutlery. I have some little concerns, sister. Your priorities, where do they lie?
With everyone.
I think that is true for many here.
Cass is going to take a bite of her food and just go, I have done things and I have seen things. I have been places and I have been nowhere. There are so many things I would love to talk to people about, but I cannot.
Sister, I'm afraid that there is only so far that line goes.
I know. And I hate it. I already had to ask one friend to forget about me today. I don't want to ask another.
I do not believe I could forget about you, but still, you are here as a priestess. You have been given this blessing, and yet you seem to have your eyes elsewhere.
Everything I do is for a reason. Except for the weirdness. That's just me. I'm going to be taking the teachings that you are giving me and taking them elsewhere. Which is why I want to learn.
There are those of us that already travel, but it is expected of someone that is very learned, and not just having copied down the word or learned it recently. Those that understand it have had years to understand it.
Cass. Oh. Did I lose power?
Don't.
No, you're
Yes,
good.
you're still here.
You're here.
Okay. That's weird. I'm in the dark, but my computer's still working.
Battery backup?
No.
Light die? Circuit breaker pop?
Probably your light died.
Right back.
Okay.
Or the breaker would have killed the computer.
That depends on what the circuit's on.
Yeah, that's true. Usually it's room by room. I don't know how their rooms are set up.
You'd think, but yeah, sometimes.
Okay, well, for a moment, we will drift elsewhere. Gifton, Corvus.
Corvus has.
You ever just get this feeling like you really want to get out of the temple right now?
I don't know why everyone's
I just feel like I want to not be in this temple right now.
You know what? We haven't really explored much of the outside desert, Trixie. We can go exploring
really gone to
the
a
great
different-
wilds of this place.
Hey, you know what? I haven't taken you to the Fey Wild in a while. Would you go on this carpet ride with me?
We need to find a tree though in the middle of the desert.
1 second.
So we're gonna
I'm
be.
just gonna.
Let's see. I believe.
Very well can just be you're gone.
I believe, Gifton, you were at some point interested in changing out further diamonds, is that right?
Actually, I am
Yeah.
basically taking out my sending stone really quick. After Corvus is getting his stuff together, because I'm assuming he looks like he could.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a breakdown.
Yeah, like why don't we?
Yeah,
we've got enough information. I think we know enough to take care of eggs. Why don't we? Because I'm sure we got enough to have to take care of eggs.
You spent a couple of hours there, and you're able to copy most things down. And
yeah, I'm gonna take out the sending stone real quick. I'm sending that off to Carrick. Carrick, if you have a sending you want to send back, you could probably do that. But That'd probably be fine. Okay, cool. And I'm gonna look over at Olgar and go, shall we adjourn to the Sphinx's temple? And then if you want to go back to finish Cassie, that's fine. But we're going out of the building.
Let's this is enough for the moment.
And then we could talk about things, and maybe I could go see my maybe girlfriend.
Your what?
I have hopes.
You're getting lonely from care.
I have not. I have not had the experience of abs like that in a while. It's been at least a week or two, and I don't think you understand that we fair. We have an insatiable appetite.
For abs.
Abs.
Wow.
I
Gifton.
just need a cuddle really bad, and it's really awkward to ask you or Carrick. I mean,
Alright, come on.
Vincent.
So you guys start to head out of the library together. Cass,
This is information I probably shouldn't have known, but
I am very.
Would
close
you
to
rather
finding in
think
bed
she
with
might
somebody
want to cuddle
tonight.
with you?
no, I don't.
If you wake up and my arms are about you, it's just because I am lonely.
the priestess
Reasonable.
sort of prods at her food a little bit for just shaking her head and going, well, I think perhaps you have learned enough today. It is not good to try and absorb too much information at once. Tends to mean you forget most of it, I find.
That is very true.
In that case, why don't you go rejoin your friends, and perhaps I will see you later.
Why do we need 5x? Did I miss something, Kara?
You probably didn't pay attention to his thing.
No, I had to get up a moment or
I'd
two.
like to talk to you.
If we get all, she wants us to take all 5, and they're getting a discount
Guys,
on it.
stop.
Yeah.
Let Toby do his scene. We don't need to talk about that shit right now.
What was that, Toby?
Shala, I would still like to talk to you because there are things I have to ask you.
Oh, what would you like to ask?
Not here.
Then where?
Just walking. Please.
Well then, perhaps you'd like to see me back upstairs.
Okay.
And she'll get up and just start moving. Oh, what is it?
I have this weird feeling that you may go to speak to someone about me, and I ask that you don't.
I am afraid that I cannot grant that request. You are being very cagey about information, and it is not just... There is concern for you, and there is concern for others.
And Cass is going to look around to make sure there's no one around. I've already asked the goddess to forget me once today. I don't want to ask her again.
You realize that many people can say many things. It would be a failure on my part not to make sure. I will not intrude where I am not needed to, but I must make the barest of inquiries. I must make sure things are okay. And if you cannot tell me that, then I am left with little recourse. A mysterious priestess has appeared in the city, and been at the site of some fairly strange things that may be leading up to war. You cannot tell me your history, you cannot tell me, well, frankly, anything. You see what position this puts me in.
Because I don't want to change things.
Very few people want things to change, but...
No. I have to be a ghost. Here. Now.
There are many reasons to be a ghost. Some are bad for us.
There was a thing that I was told before I came here. And I have ensured that already once. I can reveal you my secret as much as I don't want to try and protect what I am protecting. Because if I show you, you must never tell anyone what you have seen.
I am afraid.
You will have to believe me. I will tell you everything I can.
I'm afraid I cannot make a promise of that ahead of time.
Cass is working through everything. I am something different. I was given this form by the goddess, and I can leave it. I was given this form to protect me from everything around me. And Cass is, how many people are around?
Quite a few. The temple is very active right now.
Is there some place quiet I can talk to you?
Yes. Although, may I say something? May I suggest something?
Cass is looking around.
I will be here for all of the day. I will be here tomorrow and the day after that. I will be talking to the goddess at some point, but not tonight. I am going to give you an opportunity. I want you to go talk to your companions, your friends. I am quite certain that they are aware of who you are, yes?
They know exactly what I am.
Perhaps you should go talk about your best course of action, and I will give you the day in my thoughts that it will be in good faith, that it will not be something against us. And you think about how you want to come and talk to me, and what you want to tell me, before I go talk to someone else. How does that sound? Because despite all my instincts screaming that someone keeping secrets at this time, in this incident, is something bad, I do not feel that you are a bad person. It would be a reduction of my duty if I did not act on it.
Allie, sorry, give me a second. I'm literally trying to process right now.
I'm giving you an opportunity to decide how important your secrets are.
My secrets are incredibly important, but if me revealing my secrets to you keeps me as a ghost, I will tell you. But I am not long for here.
If you do not wish to take the day to think it through, then I am happy to listen now.
And like I said, I cannot tell you in here. There are people who may listen.
He looks over towards the door briefly, and then looks back to you. Forgive me if this sounds mistrusting, but you'll find me a mighty force if you try something.
Shala, I have nothing but the greatest respect for you, and I would not lift a finger against you unless you lifted a finger against me.
She's also a pregnant woman. That's really against some tenets right there.
Yeah.
And she just goes ahead and opens the door up to that same little study and leads you back in.
And Cass will go in.
And she closes the door behind her and just goes, right, then what are your secrets?
Cass is going to roam the room real quick and turn around. The first big secret that I don't want anyone to know, including a gentleman I met yesterday. I'm different from everyone.
Different how?
I'm Nephilim.
Okay. And she raises an eyebrow and goes, you are, what?
I am the offspring of two mortals and an angel.
Don't believe we have angels. Unless you're suggesting that, the other gods. Why have I ever heard of this practice? I do not.
Because the gods tend to kill the children of their angel with vigor. Where I am from, I am protected. Here, I am not.
I am sorry, this is a little hard to believe.
And I'm glad it is. Because that means you have never had to see or hear of our kind being hunted.
There is something very important I must ask you. You claim to be the child of an angel. We have none. It wouldn't be a Morgani one, would it?
No. My mother was of Orland.
And who was she?
I say not her name for fear of attracting her attention.
Then who was your father?
My father was a man by the name of Han.
Han. It is an unusual name.
For an unusual people.
This is your name.
My name is my name.
Your name is very unusual.
I'm very unusual. This form is not my own. It is a gift from Hea, and I will return it to her when I return from where I came.
Where is it that you come from? Because Cassiopeia and Han are not names from any town I know of here.
Where I am from is across the sea and in time's future.
You claim to be a traveler from time.
We were sent back because there are situations in my time that require the help of a very brilliant man in this time. Unfortunately, his writings did not survive.
survive?
It's been a very long time between the now and where I am from.
Don't know of him.
Hea told us of him. There is a metal that we need to fend off agents of Morgani. He is the only person, as far as I know, who's ever figured out a way to be able to do anything with the metal.
So, this issue of Morgani, it persists into the future.
It's a deeper situation. We don't even... I want to tell you, but I don't want to risk my future on you doing something that would change.
I can only act for what I think is best for the here and now. The future is a nebulous concept.
I don't know what happens in this time. I don't. I'm not a historian. I am a carpenter. I build houses. I build cradle. I built a library. I have done things and been places that defy imagination. I have met a god and I have come to call her friend. And then I had to ask her to forget me because she told me very specifically we never met her. Or she never met us. We've been trying to keep as quiet as possible, not to change anything. And no matter how hard we try, it's our luck that we get caught up in things. My friends are heroes, and I am the monster that follows them.
You say you were given this form, yes?
Yes.
And I am to assume it is the blessed daughter that did so?
She is the one who gave me this form.
And you were supposed to keep quiet.
We're not supposed to attract her attention.
It seems like a fairly unusual choice on her part. That is not a form that does not attract attention.
I know. And I still to this day cannot understand why she chose this form for me over others that would have worked so much better.
Are you quite certain that she truly wanted you to not attract attention?
I don't know. She's... Lady Hea is beyond me. I love her. I respect her. But for the life of me, I can't comprehend a god. I can barely comprehend the half the thoughts that go through my head at any given time.
I have a question.
Yes.
Why did she send you and not one of her priesthood?
If I tell you, it will change the future. Because you'll have to tell her.
So, something bad.
Yes.
My goddess loves her people.
She
Loves
does.
them deeply. Something bad? What did happen? So bad she had to send, forgive me for saying this, but frankly, a stranger back. And she gives you this form. You're quite certain she does not actually want you to change things.
If I change things, if I tell you what happens, it means I won't exist.
You exist. You are here.
My family, my friends, my race.
Your race.
We don't exist yet. We won't for a very long time. One can say we're more cursed than blessed, if I were to use a term. I'm half human, half horse.
There is a actual genuine look of confusion on her face when you say that. You can see her trying to process what that even means.
Kind of like half a camel, but less irritable and smaller and doesn't
I
smell
know
as
what
bad.
a horse is. I am trying to imagine a hybrid.
Cass kind of puts her hands right up at her waist. Human kind of tosses her hands backwards.
Oh,
Horse.
you mean like a blessed?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was picturing more.
Cass
God,
goes,
no.
horse, human?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
How far?
Very far. I'm not exactly sure how many thousands of years.
I cannot promise you that I won't need to speak to somebody, but I am going to take the night to think about it. I need to think about what you have told me. I have to think about whether I even believe you, to be frank.
If you truly want, I can show you. But I can't guarantee there won't be a storm coming if I do.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Let me ask you this. And this can cost me a lot by simply saying this or even revealing this. You have seen the swords, spears, and stag and other weapons the angels carry, yes?
I have caught glimpses of them, yes.
Have you ever seen a mortal with one?
Only when they have been shown off. But in actual possession, no.
Would you believe me if I were to show you mine?
Are you asking whether I would believe you if you drew a weapon in here right now?
I will set it on the table if you want.
Frankly, I would not know how to tell the difference between the real thing and a copy.
Well, I don't think Tempest would bite anymore.
I very much believe that if this is the story that you have, that you would have things to suggest that it is true. Frankly, I don't think seeing a blade will sway me one way or the other.
What could I tell you to make you believe me?
I don't know.
Because I have done a lot. I have told you what I feel safe saying. I have probably done more damage to my time, and I will probably come to regret it. But I trust you enough to tell you, and I want you to believe me.
And that trust is being rewarded with the fact that I am not taking action right now. You are asking me to just sit here and immediately accept things on a half story. I cannot do that. I need to meditate on this.
Cass is just kind of trying to come up with something. I can't tell you anything else. I probably said more than I should, and I probably destroyed everything I care about.
I have not talked to anybody yet, and like I said, I will not be yet. You will lead some value to your story if you show back up here. I would expect a guilty party to flee and not return. But as I say, give me some time to dwell on this, and then return. Pray that I will be guided to the truth.
I can only hope that you believe me, because otherwise, I have no idea what I'll do. Because I certainly can't drown myself anymore. And Cass is going to stand up and start walking out.
And she seems to be letting you go.
And Cass is going to leave.
Okay. You are able to exit the thing. Are you leaving the temple entirely?
Yeah.
Okay. You head on outside. As you do, you actually see walking a bit ahead of you the pair of Gifted and Corvus, seemingly heading out the temple entryway.
Cass is just going to pass by. I hate my life.
It did not go well.
Does anything for me ever go well?
I was studying how to be a priestess.
It's okay, Corvus. I put Corvus on the back.
Mm.
We're going to go change out your diamond. Did you want it to do yourself?
No, I think it's best you do it.
Okay. We told Vincent to meet us at the Sphinx Temple. You could come?
Yeah, I can come along.
Okay.
It'll keep me out of trouble.
And Gifton's occasionally just kind of glancing up and around, just curiously.
You're looking for angels.
I'm looking for a specific angel because my friend.
Okay.
I have a friend.
Shaxon, are you joining Rinton?
Yeah, Lucifer.
Yep.
Okay.
He was mostly like around Renton was dealing with animals, that sort of thing, because Emily Shax has.
Oh my god.
About this time, because there's serendipity and I fucking want it to happen. Telday, you're walking towards the temple and you see Cassie and Gifton and Corvus coming out.
Oh,
Oh my god, why do I see Cassie, Gifton, and Corvus?
Tarnstead, come with us, please. Please come with us. I have important things to tell you, and it's okay, Olgar. It's okay.
Olgar has composed himself already. Gifton's just like, it's okay.
It's okay. I like to think I'm leaning on patting him, and every once in a while, like little trebles, just patting Olgar.
Little wiggle, stroke cheek.
Trixie, this is getting a bit overbearing now. It's all right.
I am sorry. I love you like son.
Something happened.
I pointed out something about the fact that somebody didn't see huge streaks of light the other night when there were 9 angels in the street, and that somebody's eyes might not be working.
How many fingers am I holding up?
No, not in that way. I mean, in the way that they see the things that are unseen to normal eyes.
I am not going to be.
Also, I'm going to say in a whisper as I come close to my friends, I was visited while we were in the library because apparently I cannot take a single breath in this freaking city without something coming up and trying to goose me.
I don't understand why.
I understand there is phrase moth to flame. I think I have fire.
It was. I am. There's no point in talking about it. It's already here.
But they say thank you.
What?
Anyway, but I had a good talk with the dreamer when I was at the library, and they were very friendly. They gave me something, so I. But they said thank you very much.
To hear more, but I have been tasked with making a request.
It might be a bit difficult. Where are you making a request?
And to whom?
There are gnolls in the city who are seeking the blessing of Heya.
This might be a bad time for you to talk to the goddess. She is a bit on a warpath, and I think she is going to smite somebody.
I am not interested in speaking with the goddess herself, but perhaps a priestess may be willing to further speak with them.
Well, Cassie, you should know of many priestesses. Do you know any of them that would be willing to talk to the gnolls?
No, I don't. I would have to broach the topic, and right now, I don't think they trust me.
Why not?
Has Cass ever been exhibiting clerical magics or blessings in the past?
Clerical magics. She's really good at writing things quickly.
She is inexperienced. They would not trust her judgment on things. That would make sense. I mean, she is a very newly blessed wild cleric, and they could color their opinion of what she might think. It is appropriate. She might not be as experienced as they would think, but. Well, you can do your best, Tarnstead. We're going to go change out the gem for some money at the Sphinx's temple, and we are going to try to meet up with whatever the hell Shaxan's name is, because I cannot remember it, and Rinson. And Gifton actually says that. Whatever the hell Shaxan's name is. I can't remember it.
I don't recall actually hearing his name either.
You've heard it several times.
He keeps saying it, but it's such a guttural sound. I can't reproduce it very well.
Oh, look, we're at the Sphinx Temple.
Oh, how did that happen?
I still thought we were miles away.
Well, you're not quite at the Sphinx Temple then, but within due course you can arrive there, as it is a little distance.
Torald, are you coming with? Or are you going to go off on your
Oh, I was going to the other temple.
You went to the wrong temple.
Now, that's amazing how we deterred you around with us.
Damn temples all look the same.
There was some arm grabbing and guiding.
Yeah, Tornay's a little slower, so it's easy to turn him around.
I'm just going to turn him around and start leading them back this way. Maybe you should talk to them tomorrow when they are not so busy. You don't understand. It is very upsetted in there right now. You may wait till tomorrow. They seemed very confused why we were in the library at all. Also, you should really meet with the person in the library. I think you would really like them.
But how long are we staying?
At least another day or two, I would expect. Because wasn't it at least 3 days? We've only been here, about 2 days, maybe, as to the end of this one.
Were we not concerned about effects of us staying more than necessary?
We weren't exactly told how long we should stay for, or what we got to do. And we still have to go see a Sphinx anyway. So we'll have
We still have to get purple worms.
Yes, we'll have to get the purple worms, and we have to do a lot of things till day. We were told day. We can't just leave tomorrow as soon as dusk happens. Are we there?
Yeah. You arrive at the Sphinx's temple. Not quite as grand as the central Heian one, but impressive structure nonetheless.
Rinsen!
Yeah, there's Rinsen and there's
guy!
Shaxon.
Kaluz.
Kaluza. I just remember. I remembered Kronos making the sound and not be able to parse it.
You see them waiting out front of the Sphinx Temple. The entrance of which is flanked by 2 stone Sphinx statues. Shockingly,
Cast and shock.
I know. What are you illusioning?
Pet. Fennec. Pet.
Wait, you brought that with you?
No, I'm minor illusioning a Fennec.
Oh.
Like, I'm making a little minor illusion of a Fennec.
Oh, I thought you were petting a Fennec.
I'm petting the illusion.
So, you're missing the Fennec so much, you're conjuring...
You got some sort of little rat dog. It's kind of cute.
I just channeled us there for a second. Yes, when I was going through the market, I may have arranged. It's only an illusion.
Oh, no!
It is only an illusion spell.
You bought an illusion as a pet?
The wonderful,
really impressed.
the wonderful lizard folk that I met is holding the one I purchased. Well, I figure suitable arrangements for transporting everything.
Okay.
There was many things, so I may need to.
Yes, I understand that you had a better price for the purple worms. Golgar, Rinsen here has been offered 200 gold pieces per egg. I think we should let Rinsen be the one who makes the purchase.
Our story is so botched to this point. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I think that might be a good plan. Why don't we let him do it? We will see if we can trade out this gem.
So, does that mean
You want to come? What?
It is good that you have learned.
Just gives you the scroll.
Thank you. We also
yeah, that's right.
We also he unrolls. He puts it into his scroll case. We have some other friends that will be making the trip with us.
What? No. Oh no, that's right. Cassie's getting a winged cat. I thought today was a bad day.
I didn't mean those. I have some other eggs that I am personally purchasing.
Oh.
To bring with.
Did you get any of the builders? Oh, I've been reading about them. Did you know that they have the cilia thing that lets them? I'll talk about it later. Anyway, important thing: the dreamer was at the library. Anyway,
yes, you mentioned that.
He said, well, they said, I don't really know if which way the dreamer really associates themselves. They were a female turtle at the time, but they said that for one, hello, and for two, they were happy. And they are very thankful because of us. They are able to come into the world and send parts of themselves and then get them back and then learn from what they do and things like that. And they're very happy and they hope we are doing well. And thanks for us coming back here to do this. That was good. I don't understand this, okay? Anyway, but apparently he remembered me from that time. Remember when we were in that in the room and he was like inside you and he needed Olgar to open up the way so he could get back into the empty. When I waved and said hi, he remembered that. Anyway, but but anyway, he said, Dreamer.
Seems to be a good way.
Yes, because I think you said it usually appears as you, but it's appearing as other people. So they, whoever they are at the time, is active, and they said that they are sometimes other people and then remember themselves. So that means that there are people around that are actually the dreamer, but they don't know that they are the dreamer. I think that's...
What kind of check to process what she is saying?
Intelligence.
Okay.
But anyway, there is a total. Her name is Zara. It was Zara. Zara is a lovely turtle woman who runs the library at the temple, to Heya, of course, and she does not remember all the time that she is actually a part of the dreamer. And I was told by the dreamer that they would appreciate it if we do not hassle Zara too much, because most of the time Zara won't know what we are talking about, and the dreamer won't know to come if we just go yelling at Zara. It's not going to help. But Zara might be a thing. But they said not to do that. The dreamer also gave me a Lullen scroll while we were there for me to look at, and more or less just good things. Read about a lot of creatures, learning about languages. I was thinking we divvy up the money, you figure out the purchases.
Parasite.
I don't know. I think that would be kind of rude. But also, we think there might be something wrong with Corvus's vision because he had some problem seeing the names and stuff. Hello.
Walking out of the Sphinx's temple, looking a little surprised to see you, is that Drow blacksmith.
Oh.
Seems
immediate
someone has
down.
met you.
Gets a little slack jawed for a minute there. I owe somebody a walk, I think.
Would you like to take care of the...
If you do not mind taking care of the business, that is very...
I'm afraid I'm actually on business myself.
Oh, you are?
Yes, I was just here to, take care of some of it, but it's lovely to see you again.
It's very good to see you too, Raz.
Wait.
These are some of your friends.
I see.
Yes, these are some of my friends. Sorry, this is Raz. She is a blacksmith here in town. This is Rinsen. This is... She gets that look at Shax, please help her. Shax does not help her.
Just we ran out Kronos away.
I'll come back to that one. This is Olga.
Sorry.
Cassiopeia, and I think you remember my little friend. Do you have business here too?
Oh yes, I help supply some of the arms and armor for the Temple Guard.
Oh, you're so talented. That's wrong.
Of course. And she gives off a playful little flex.
Allie, I'd like to make an insight check.
Go for it. What are you inciting for?
They're flirting, Cass.
Yeah, they do. She appears to be flirting a little with Gifton.
But she called her Raz, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you inciting Gifton or are you inciting Raz? Because I can tell you, Gifton.
Yeah.
Okay, I can tell you because Gifton's making a very. Gifton's saying Raz in a familiar tone.
Remember, this brow also has blue eyes.
Yeah.
Yes, but you guys have never met her before. This is your
Nope.
first, and I didn't talk about her at all yesterday. I just said I made a friend.
You made a friend.
But
What are you doing here?
oh, we're changing out a very large diamond that somebody had in their person that is complicated to deal with.
Hopefully they should be able to get you sorted.
Hopefully so.
Perhaps you would like to see me later tonight.
I would love to do that. You're back at your smithy?
I hope you remember where it is. You were going quite fast.
I think I can remember where I fell on my ass.
I think I can remember that as well. I mean, well, would you like to... I could come find you if you wish.
Oh, I don't know. I am pretty hard to find.
Well, I would need you to tell me where you are, but we could pretend I am seeking.
I am staying at the succulent if you want.
Oh.
It is not awkward.
In that case,
I am allowed to flirt sometimes.
Yes, it's just we're all standing here while this is going on.
Oh, please, it would be a waste if she did not flirt. But I will come pick you up tonight then. We'll get a bite to eat.
I would really like that. I'll see you, Razam.
See you later, and it's a pleasure meeting you all. Please,
carry you.
Cass is going to wave.
And she sort of puts her hands in the sort of pockets of her sort of weird apron. No, she has an apron on still.
Front pockets.
No, she's actually got many pockets along it. Sort of wraps around the side, puts her hands in those, and just seems to walk off, whistling to herself happily.
Let the melody carry you. All right, so let's go inside and get this diamond settled.
Okay.
Yes.
New friend. It's very...
You know, it's amazing how some of my new friends look just like my old friends.
Yeah. Blacksmith.
Oh, come on, you cannot blame me for wanting to try to make this awkward.
No.
No, you blame me for many things.
Yeah, what's up, Cass?
Let us.
Who I thought it is.
No, it's not.
Let us get
Okay,
this.
so
Razem is just a very dear friend. I know she looks just like a female care and does a drow, but it's a very different person.
Is she taller than me, by the way? Like my current form?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, she's like 6 something, wasn't she?
Didn't know Drow could get that tall, I'll be honest. And yes, Carrick is saying that.
Gifton has a thing for... Trixie has a thing for talls.
Yes, we know that.
I mean, it is really a shame that I am so short. I would have a much better chance. It's really a shame because if I wasn't so short, I would actually have a decent chance. What? I'm about the same height as you, and you're a Durgar.
I know.
But at least you're a tall Durgar.
Get some looks from the temple as you guys are heading in. You see a lot of people in here. You assume they are also priests here, but they're not wearing the full armor of the priest guard, the Sphinx guard you saw. But there are robes and certain ornamentation.
Right.
Excuse me.
Yes. Hello. A drow male sort of comes on over.
Hey, I have a problem that only somebody of your distinction could possibly help with. Okay, so we are travelers from very far away from this temple, and we need to exchange currencies. By
And
diamonds, and do you understand?
He's sort of looking at the group of you, going, yes, what is it? Is it currency from another land, or?
Because I don't remember.
It's just a really big
And I
joke.
don't want to look back. We got the names of the two guards to talk to us, didn't we? They mentioned one of them, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember getting names.
Okay.
Nope.
No, you don't understand.
We are. Are we in the temple right now?
Yes.
Forgot.
We are
we are
travelers.
Travelers of the ways.
And you see this young Jar sort of giving you all a somewhat bewildered look, and you can also see from behind him sort of doing that hurried speed walk, someone in far more ornamental robes coming on over.
We told the
Wait,
trainee.
I do not know. Maybe we need somebody in more flourished outfit.
Jonas, I have this. You go about your duties.
Speed walking to us.
Yes.
I thought you
No, to you.
They're running away.
No, they're coming over.
Okay.
Excuse me, are you somebody who travels with can talk too?
Yes, I am indeed.
Alright. Okay, good. I have a few things we need to discuss. We do not have a lot of the currency of appropriateness, so we need to make sure we get proper coinage. We have a diamond that we would like to trade out if we could. It is probably easier on everybody involved. We also, well, I am not sure if these are problems, but I want to bring them to attention. I shot an arrow last night, and was it last night or the night before? I am all muddled up with this time.
Your arrow has already been retrieved, as has the paper
Okay,
you
and
handed to the guard.
Okay, I did
Yeah,
not know
that
about
too.
it. I did not know about any of that. I was coming to let you know, so I
appreciate
found
this
out
fact.
about it.
At least you
I
had
am
the
sorry.
foresight to bring gems through. They are easily passed.
That is something that we had a very lucky thing that one of our
Opens up his bag full of coins, closes it.
one of our friends was very, very wise and brought a very large gem through. And I am going to offer out the big fucking diamond from Cassie.
I see. Okay. Well, that is...
We have to make many large purchases, unfortunately.
Are these non-disruptive purchases?
Yes.
They are ones that are required for the reason we were sent back.
Okay. Well then, do follow me. And she's actually
Okay.
going to lead you over to the sort of counter area here, and actually open up a door and lead you behind it.
If it is easier, we could probably take some of it in smaller gems. But we will need. How much did you see you need for the trader?
That would be.
It would be nice to get at least 30,000 of it in gold. I think.
Yes,
think that would
because
be gold or platinum.
we will need the proper transports,
But if you
and
want
they
Yes,
told
we
me
are
they
going
can
to need
assist
to
with that.
get something to go through the desert after this, I think. Vehicle.
I believe that
Sorry about that.
the person who I was speaking with said they can assist us in getting stuff to transport.
Okay, but yeah, we think that we probably. I look at the group about 3,000 gold at least, and then the rest we could probably get back in gems.
That would probably.
For things over 10, 20 platinum gems are commonly traded here.
If that is acceptable trading, then we would go with that, because we would like to lessen the strangeness of the behavior as much as possible.
In that case, I will give you what you need. She just seems to look over the diamond in her hand, sort of tilting side to side. I will give you more than enough.
All right, thank you so much. And Cassie, I will make sure to recompense you for whatever we do not get, okay?
I will.
Just waving it off.
Right, the value of this diamond, what was this? This was a
10,000.
10,000? She's sort of looking it over before she
This
waves
is like finally cut from the
Yeah.
future bullshit.
before she waves down one of the guards and goes, Hikmah, go put this in the fort. And
Vegetable.
let's see.
Shikama. Never mind.
Hey, that means we can loot the city in the future and get your diamond back. It's going in the vault.
And then she actually starts going through chests and various drawers that are set into the back here. And you are going to be given about 12,000 of value in whatever coinage and diamonds you want to break it up into.
Okay.
Did you say 12,000?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly think
You
we
notice
should
she
just
did not
get-
stop to appraise that gem.
I just wanted to make sure I heard that correct when I wrote it down.
Yep. All right. So I'm
Carrot's
going
not
to
saying a
say
word.
we should probably get this mostly in gems because it'll cause less hubbub later. We already have cash money in our pockets. Do we need more cash, like spending cash? Or
I
Got
personally
enough basic cash? Well, you and me can split. It doesn't cost much to do shit around here, and then anything else you can use gems for.
yeah.
'Cause
So
I still got the full 5 platinum, 5 G or 50
why
gold.
don't we get about 500 gold pieces so Cassie can give coins to her cat purchase, and we'll do everything else in gems. Does that work? And then,
we might want a little bit more because
Well,
in cash. 'Cause it
we
might
will
a
be wrapping
small-
up soon. So if you guys want to figure it out after
we can figure
session,
it out later.
all right,
Yeah.
we'll figure it out after. All right,
Yeah.
so we'll figure that out after. But we're figuring out gems and stuff. Okay, I think that is good. All right, is everybody set?
before you go,
Yes.
how are you returning?
We don't know.
That was another question I was going to ask. If we could find.
From how she talked of it, we were going back through the way we came.
Yes.
That would not work. You emerged from here, yes?
Yes.
Yes, we did.
So we would have to enter another through the actual.
I believe that
ways.
we have reason to go speak with the Sphinx anyway. So hopefully we can enter in through the ways again that way.
That's, well, yes, that would be the common method.
I do not know all about sphinxes. Do they know those they've met in different times, or only as time flows?
They have their own linearity. If you met them in the future, they would be unlikely to know you now.
Okay.
On the note of going and seeking another Sphinx, where?
That was what
Well-
I was going to bring up. Which Sphinx are you seeking out?
Well, you said that if we had seen them, the one we had went through, we won't be able to go to them again because they won't know us?
Well,
Or will we be able
That
to?
doesn't mean we
none
wouldn't
of them
be
would
able
know
to
you,
use
but yes, you could. If they liked you before, chances are they will like you again.
We need to go back to Aquila.
that. Kila.
Aquila. Aquila. Of course it's Aquila. Right,
It sounded
She's a
when
very
we
nice person. I like her.
when the
Mm.
guard spoke with motion over to Jackson, spoke to us. It sounded a similar comment.
Saying she's a troublemaker.
there's one
Not
way to
that
put
she
it.
is, but
She is
that,
good intentioned, but she takes after the goddess in some ways.
I
Yeah.
love them both very much.
These are
A
the two.
little quick on the decisions, a little short on the thinking.
These are the locations of the Sphinx temples. All 4 of them.
Well, this is very handy information for us. Thank you.
Yes, you take this map with you. Do ignore the quality of it, and they actually hand you a map that looks a little more advanced than would be fitting.
Does anyone besides Carrick have scroll case? By the way,
I don't carry such
I don't
things.
have got multiple bags of holding.
Thank you so much for your assistance. Also, I think we should bring this to your attention in case it is important. We Unfortunately, yesterday, I do not know if you are current on current events. I have no knowledge of the goings on of those buildings, but I was the person who turned in the information about it. I did not know. I saw the warning signs and I thought, oh, I should tell guard, and then I didn't think about it. So I hope I not screw anything up.
Travelers to here. Your very being here is cause for change.
Okay.
We can only hope that the change is already accounted for. Time is
Why?
malleable. Time is
Wibbly?
wibbly. It's a good word. Small things, it can move around, it can adjust, it can fix itself. Whether you discovered something a few minutes before it should have been, maybe a day, it does not hurt. Just do not change too much.
Okay, I will do my best. I do not know a lot. I am unfortunately very uneducated, so I do not know a lot history. So I hopefully not make mess. I be careful with my items now. I know that though.
Very good.
Yes.
Well then, you have everything you need?
I believe we do. Thank you very much.
In that case, I wish you safe journeys, both here and elsewhere.
Thank you,
Safe
and
journeys.
may the daughter bless.
And the daughter's blessing on you,
Daughter's blessings upon you.
as I hope the Sphinx guide your way.
Thank you.
Far, far away, right?
They give a sort of unamused laugh at that, and just sort of motion for you out.
I would expect that would be the hope of any traveler that comes by.
If you don't mind, actually, I have some questions.
I will be fairly guarded with my answers depending on what they are, but you may ask.
As you are ones who know how time, or believe how time is,
In the very barest sense.
where we come from, our time, we don't have that ideas or concepts.
Don't talk about what we do or do not have.
It is a wise thing.
You can say that you are uneducated in something, and that is fair.
I would like to become a little more educated in this matter, if that is something.
Well, if you choose to stay behind and sweaty off, perhaps we can educate you.
Secrets are secrets for a reason.
The secrets are secrets, and your mind must become a labyrinth here.
That is fair. I'll think on it. Will likely be here for some time.
What? I have children.
To be fair, it should not matter how long we are here.
Oh, it matters very much to me. The longer you're here, the more ripples you'll create.
Yes, we
Matters to
That
them.
is right.
we shall. We should go along our business.
Yes, that is good. That is. Yes, let us go on.
Mysteries are for the future to be unraveled. I am certain we will find our answers. Do not worry.
Yes.
If we are meant to have them, we will find them.
Only life worked like that. Right. Safe journeys.
Safe journeys.
Safe journeys.
The Gifton's caught up on wanting to say melody and the other shit. Daughter's blessings.
Daughter's blessings once again.
Rinson's gonna turn and start heading out after we collect our
values.
converted money.
Yes.
Valuable
And
points.
head out of the temple.
Right, you'll head on out of the temple and back in through the streets. And as you look around, preparing to discuss more or figure out where you're going, that is actually where we're going to end the session.
And that's when the temple explodes.
Yes.
And then everyone dies.
Shockingly, not some weird cliffhanger for once, but yeah, very unceremonious end. But that is where we're ending.
Yay.
Right, so we will do this same time next week. Everyone take 3,000 XP, as is tradition.
Yay, 3,000 XP.
And yeah, same time next week.
Yay.